Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm Mod Wolf and I'm joined here today with the ever wonderful Mod Maz. She's not on camera, but she is here. There she is, right there. And today we're going to be showing you some of the stuff that you might find on Fossil Island. A lot of the stuff we haven't really shown, per se. We've just kind of spoke about it, we've obviously blogged it quite a lot. So, we had the original blog, we've done little blogs here and there for some things. So I'm just going to get right into it, I think, because we only have an hour and there's a lot of stuff on this island that's worth talking about. But before we go off the island, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the new quest. So the new quest is called Bon Voyage. It requires you to have completed the dig site and have 100 museum kudos, and it can be started by talking to the curator inside of our museum.
Yep.
He's right here. No, he's not. Where is he? Where is he?
He is wandering around on that floor.
He's somewhere. There he is, right there. Is it Haig Halen?
It is indeed.
Excellent. And the other thing that's worth pointing out is that right over here there is a Check Kudos information booth. And this is actually coming out tomorrow, a little bit earlier than next week, which is when Fossil Island will be released.
To help you all find out what kudos you're missing and where to find it.
So we've got a week.
We've got this nice little interface for you.
Absolutely. No excuses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn right. This is really useful. It tells you absolutely everything you need to do. So, all the quests and so on and so forth, really useful. On top of that, downstairs in the Barrack Museum, there was the additional exhibits which we spoke about.
Yep.
Previously, we have shown that, but I'll quickly go down. I've got nothing unlocked there. I'll just give you a glance of the area. I think there's how many cases, Maz?
32, I believe.
I think there is 32 as well. There's a lot of cases that were required to be filled, right?
Yep.
And there's also yeah, right here. There's a little fossil storage crate. So
Indeed.
One thing that we realised when we were testing this was that you were getting a lot of fossils. You didn't want to put them in your bank. You didn't want to have to keep running to banks.
I just had this mental image of the Reddit posts we get when I release sort of like 30 odd new objects into the game, and they just go, yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lot of so there's a way to store your fossils essentially without putting it inside of your bank, without putting it inside of your inventory all the time. So it's there. We've also stretched the screen. We've done fixed screen for you. You guys kept asking for fixed screen, so we decided to do that. It looks a lot better, so thank you for
It's a good question. Ultimate Iron Man.
Yes.
Yes, they can use it at the moment, can't they?
Can.
Shall I be mean?
I feel as though we should let them have this one.
Oh,
it's not like you can store a full set of armour in here, is it?
No.
No, okay. So, I am going to get straight on to the island. Once you've completed the quest, you will arrive.
Just before you move on,
yes,
down on that floor, there is this big empty space towards the south.
Yes.
And at the moment it's locked off.
Yes.
This is because of future things to come.
Ah, yes. We have plans for that area. Let's say that. 5860 I'm going to go with. You ready? Close enough. I'm just going to go south. It's fine. Close enough, close enough. So when you arrive, you will arrive on this ship. Correct?
Correct.
And when you arrive here, you'll then have to row to the... It's because I didn't complete the quest.
You didn't complete the quest.
You'll row on this boat, and I'm not going to cheat and do that.
Shall I say scuff streamer?
No, don't say scuff, don't say scuff. And you'll arrive at this rowboat here. I'm also going to set bar the quest so that people don't get upset with the fact that I haven't completed the quest. Fossil quest _ progress 50. It's actually a pretty long quest, by the way. It's a medium. I'd say about 20 minutes.
I wouldn't say it's a
minutes.
long quest.
It's like a...
Having done One Small Favour.
Oh, yeah. It's not that long. It's about, I'd say, 20, 30 minutes probably with guide, I'd say. It's a pretty good quest. Mod Jed did that quest, so shout out to Mod Jed, CX. Inside of the... They were going to spam it anyway, weren't they? Inside of the camp, the first thing that you'll notice is that there is a couple of icons, like bank chests, for example, but the bank isn't there. A lot of the stuff in this camp isn't actually set up. You have to make it yourself.
That's because you've just brought all the materials to set up the camp with you.
Absolutely. So the first thing that I'd recommend doing when you get
there
here...
They go.
There they go. Excellent. Is building the stuff that you need. There's 6 things in total to build in the camp.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'll show you one. This is the bank chest. If you examine it, it'll handily tell you what you need for the bank chest. So you need 21 construction, 2 oak planks, 1 iron bar, 5 nails and a hammer. You don't need high construction. It's about, I think, 30 is probably the highest.
I can't remember exactly the levels, but it is quite low.
Yeah, when you build the stuff, you have a very small little bit of experience given. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's all I'm going to say about the camp. There's a couple of useful stuff around here. You can probably see in the icons if people freeze frame and watch, but I'm not going to do that for you. And over here you have Peter Pan.
Indeed.
Peter, when you've completed the camp, will give you a set of fossils to get you on your way.
Or rather than Peter Pan, he's actually Peter who happens to be panning.
Yeah, it's Peter who is panning.
Yes.
He'll give you a set of fossils to get on your way, and some of the things that you will create in the camp that's worth telling you is benches that you can clean your fossils, you can identify them. So if I just give myself some fossils right now, give fossil, this handy little prop.
Give underscore. Oh, you've done that one, right? Okay.
Yeah, I did it.
No, it's fine.
I did it.
Not sure which one you were
so
doing.
So these are identified, so there's parts of fossils, per se. And then the unidentified, they're just a single unidentified, right? Chris is
they've noticed that he's panning the rock. Yes, we know. We need to move him a little bit.
We're moving him a little bit. Don't worry about it. We've got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's only like
week.
Yeah, 1 week.
He's bugged. He is bugged. There is a job in for that. Don't worry, I promise. So fossils. We're on Fossil Island, right? How are you going to get them? Well, that brings me to the first bit of content I'm going to show off today. One that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is the Herbiboar.
Yay, I love Herbiboar.
The Herbiboar is brilliant. So the Herbiboar is a giant tracking method. I'm going to open the world map. This is the first time we've seen the world map since...
In detail, yes.
In detail. So this is pretty much finished, this world map. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this area over here inside of the mushroom forest.
And just a bit below it as well.
And a little bit below inside of the swamp.
Yep.
There is 4 starting areas, as you can see on the map. I'm on top of one of them, one here, and one here. And this is where you can start the tracking.
And one over there.
Oh, there's one over here as well?
Yep.
There's 5.
I'm glad you tested this well.
Oh, God, don't say that. Oh, no. No, it's fine. I promise you it's fine. And you start, as with any other hunter activity where you're tracking, by going to, inspect something. Look, there's something on this rock. Something's been here, Maz.
Yes, something's definitely been there.
Requiring 80 hunter, not 85. So in the blog, we mentioned it was the experience at 85 and scaling up to 95. It scales a little below 85 to 80 and a little bit above 95 to 99. So you can start this at level 80, right here, the Herbiboar.
Yep.
So you don't need level 85 to do this, just 80. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to do 1 run of this for you guys and girls watching at home. Follow this track. This can be very long, so it's a bit random. Turn on in-game music. So we don't want to reveal all the in-game music for you guys. So we're going to save 1 track. There is 5 new tracks for this area, and we're going to play one of them when we get to a particular other bit of content, okay?
I think we can reveal the surface ones.
Do you want to reveal the surface ones?
Yeah, let's reveal the surface ones.
Okay, go on then.
Go on
so tell me if this is too loud or too quiet, I'm sure you will.
Because we're not sure.
We're not too sure. Hopefully that should be okay. Well, they'll say in the chat. So this music track is called Noob Melody. Brilliant.
How did you manage that?
It's because I clicked on it earlier when we were testing
you're on manual, not auto. Just stick it on auto.
Preservation.
Stick it on auto.
There we go, auto. And I'm going to keep going to it. Oh, it's too loud, it's too loud. It's way too loud. Let me turn that down. Sorry, we're sorry. They're like deafened.
I don't know, other people are saying louder.
I don't know if I can see it.
I'm not sure who's trolling.
Blame Chris if it's too loud. He was the one that said do it. Sorry. Louder. Oh, look at these wonderful things. Okay, we'll get to those in a little bit. So this, we've estimated that a full track louder.
Hang on. Let's let John sort this out.
Oh, I was baited. They were trolling.
Yeah,
I think.
this doesn't surprise me.
Oh, this is unfair. There we go. That's as loud as it can go, John, my friend. Here we go.
Thank you.
So these tracks should take about. We've estimated about. It varies because it's so random.
It is so random.
Because it's such a large island. But we have an estimated time. We're not going to tell you exactly. But as you've seen there, it was pretty long, considering what it was. I think that we have reached the end.
Oh, that one was quite short, actually.
That was a pretty short one, so we're pretty lucky.
Short.
So it looks like there might be something in this tunnel. So I'm going to go ahead and attack it, kick it, and pops out a wonderful little Herbiboar right there. Look at him. Oh, he's knocked out. He's unconscious.
You kicked him.
I know. I'm sorry.
What do you expect?
Is it too loud? It says they're
still
it's
saying
too loud.
it's too loud. Are they being trolls or not?
I'm going to check with John.
Can you listen to the stream itself, John?
Yeah.
Okay. I've completed it down.
We've got the cries of Peter now.
We're so sorry. We're also going to give. So when you pluck this, you will get 1 to 3 herbs based on your Herbiboar level.
Let's just clarify that. We're plucking herbs off of its back, just like you would from a chicken with feathers.
Yeah, exactly. They'll grow back. Don't
yes.
worry about it, okay?
Yes.
Peter's fine. It's totally environmentally friendly. They grow back.
Yes.
Okay? So
you don't actually kill him.
Absolutely. And you get 1 to 3 herbs. And then based on your Herbiboar level, will depend on the type of herbs that you get. Similar to Winter Todd, But being a high level is a lot better in this scenario. We've balanced it a little bit differently. Another thing that's worth keeping in mind is that if you have these wonderful fairy magical secateurs, let me spell secateurs. There we go. If you're wearing these when you pluck, you're going to get an additional herb guaranteed.
Yep.
So I could get 4 herbs here. I got 3.
And then he disappears off into the
Absolutely.
ground.
Keeping in mind I'm 99 herb lore and I am 99 hunter. They didn't see the XP drop there, did they?
They might have done. They might.
I didn't show
You're
it.
going to have to do another one.
I'm going to have to do another one. So I got a Renard, a Cadentine, and a Lantadine.
You got your XP drops on now?
That's pretty good. I've turned them on now, so I'm going to do one more for you guys.
Oh, we might even get a fossil as well as we go around.
Yeah, you could. So it's worth pointing out, you can also find fossils when you're running around. So let me start on here. I'll do one more. I promised that I'd only do one. Is that good?
There's no music playing, so you need to play some more.
Okay.
There is no music playing.
Let me turn that up. So as I
play.
track, I'm getting a little bit of experience every now and then, but the main experience comes from actually finding the Herbiboar and plucking from its back. So, oh look, Ammonite crabs. We're going to talk about these in a little bit. We'll come back to these, don't worry about it.
Well, they're coming for you.
Yeah, they're coming for me. So be careful, don't worry. They won't hit hard. This is an activity that level 3 should probably be able to do.
They could probably run through and do it, yeah, with some food.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're saying it's too loud.
There's no music playing at all.
There's no one playing at all.
Check the
Excellent.
player. Jay,
It's here.
check the player.
Preservation. Let's play that.
No, it's apparently playing.
Sorry, guys.
Oh well.
Way too loud. Wow, is what Chris says. So I've turned it down. We have somebody doing audio, and he might not be able to hear it. What you guys are hearing? Are you listening to the stream itself?
Yeah, I'm listening to both. I can't hear anything.
I'm going to finish off this track. So keep an eye on the XP drop. Keep in mind, I'm going to set my hunter to level 80, so that you can see the XP drop when you're level 80, and not the one when you're level 99. Otherwise, it might ensue a little bit of panic. Have I gone full circle?
Maybe.
Have I got confused?
Possibly.
This is a distinct possibility.
Little track behind, big track in front.
Yes.
He's confused himself.
I've
Look.
confused myself.
You're cheating now.
Yeah, this is
Stop
total
cheating.
cheating. I need to find.
Stop cheating.
I need to find which way it's going. Oh, it stops here.
Yes.
So I started here and it's ended
Yes,
here.
yes, he's a cunning herbivore.
This Herbiboar has tricked me, so I'm going to attack it again.
There
There
it
it
is.
is. So I got 1,950 hunting experience there, not Herbiboar. And when I plucked the Herbiboar, I got 25. And I got 2 herbs that time. I got a guam and a dwarf weed. So there you go. You do sometimes get low-level herbs, of course, and high-level herbs. It is based on your herb lore level. OP? That's not OP. It's balanced to be...
I think they're trolling me.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. It's balanced to be around the levels that we put inside the blog. So it's around 140k-ish at level 85. The herbs are also scaled on level, so I'm currently 99 herb lore. And this one was a very lucky. I got a Cadentine, a Renard, and a Lantadine. Here I got a guam and a dwarf weed. That's all I'm going to show the Herbiboar. If you have any questions, feel free to send them over. Of course, we have a Q&A later on today.
We do.
have what time is it right now?
And I am reading the chat, so I can answer some questions if I catch them.
I keep getting baited by the chat, that's a problem.
Yeah,
You keep
it's
looking
great,
at the
isn't it?
chat.
Yeah.
I'll continue showing stuff up. So, that's the first main bit of content. I didn't seem to get any... Oh. Right. That'll be why. You might hear music now. So I'm going to go on to the next bit of content.
Yep.
Right?
What are we doing next?
We're going to go down to the swamp.
Ooh.
And we're going to show off the Sulliuscep trees. So a blog recently came out that it recently passed the poll. So it's very fresh in people's minds. I'm going to quickly teleport down and not show too much.
He's
I'm
going to cheat.
I'm going to cheat so that you guys
He's
don't get to
going to
experience
cheat.
everything.
And you've even got your cheaty J-mod protection on, haven't you?
I do, to make sure that I take very little damage. So, while we're here, let's talk mush trees.
Mush trees.
Oh no!
No, we're not.
Oh no, we're not
You've
going to talk
been
mush
got.
trees. Let me ignore this thing. Ah! Oh, what is that? Maz, please explain mush trees.
That's not mush trees. That's the tar monster that got you.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
So mush trees are a transportation system around the island. There are 4 that you can find.
Is it 4?
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
See?
I did test this, I swear. I tested this about 6 months ago. This is a long time ago.
It is a long time ago, yeah. It's one of the first things I did. I need to resize that interface. But yes, so they are your transportation, well, one of the transportation methods around this island. There are also the rowboats, which we've seen before.
Yes.
And there is a modification you can make to your dig site necklace as well.
Yes. We might show that a little bit later. For now, it's worth keeping in mind that those mush trees, like Maz mentioned, teleport you around the island. You have to find them first before you can teleport to them.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this Sulliuscep tree is. Now, right after I max me so I can punch the crap out of this tar monster and get it away from me for now. So it's level 132. It does deal a bit of damage and it's pretty accurate. It also drops fossils, which is useful. But we'll get to those in a second. So this is the Sulliuscep tree. It requires 65 woodcutting, which we've mentioned. I'm going to give myself a dragon axe and start chopping.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. So this, similarly, this has flat experience, and obviously you get more as you get a high level, like you do with regular woodcutting.
Yep.
You'll see that I'm getting, in my inventory, bitter cat mushrooms. Now, these have a use.
Oh, yes. Are we going to show that use, or are we going to leave them to discover that use?
It's up to you. Do you want to show them?
Oh, go on then.
Okay, all right.
Just make sure you put the mushrooms in first.
Once that I have chopped this mushroom down, you'll notice that it won't respawn. It'll go to a different area of the swamp.
Yep. Because, like all mushrooms, it has a big root system which goes across the entire swamp, and all you're chopping off is what they term, in mushroom terms, the fruiting body.
Yes.
So it's just a bit above the soil.
So we're going to have to find that mush tree. And the only way that a player can do this is by going through the swamp.
Oh dear.
So going through the swamp, you'll be attacked by tar monsters like that. And the way to get through is by going through these vines and raking through all these leaves. I'm going to teleport because this tar monster is going to mess me up. And I've got cheats on, okay? So this is where the danger comes in. We didn't really explain this fully to you guys to begin with. But here is the next mushroom tree, the Sulliuscep tree. And what you can do as well, if you get in an area that's particularly dangerous, you can actually instantly cut down a tree and move on to another one.
Yep.
To do that, you need to use anti-fungi from Slayer.
Yep.
But you also need an additional item. We're not going to tell you what that is yet, but you'll notice there's an inject up here. And when you click that, it'll instantly cut down that tree. At the moment, we're not going to show you how to do that, because if we did that, it might make a particular item a little bit more expensive.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. What was I going to show them? I was going to show them what the bitter caps did, though, wasn't I?
Oh, yes.
So what I'm going to do...
But you didn't fill the hole.
Yeah, I didn't. I need to get more bitter caps, that's why.
Oh, that's true, yes.
So I'm going to chop this tree down and get a couple of more bitter cap mushrooms. Oh, I got fossils there as well. So you'll notice when I got the fossils, as with anything in the island, you can get fossils.
Yeah, pretty much everything you do on the island will give you fossils.
Is what nummulites were. So nummulites are the tradable currency, almost like trading sticks.
They are a fossil.
They are a fossil, but they are the thing that many people request from you to, I want to buy something, I want to sell something.
Yeah.
I want to pay for a particular person to stop whispering behind the computer, for example.
That would be great.
So these ones are tradable. Love you too, Monster. Love you too.
How distracting. Yeah. Anyway, yes, nummulites are fossils which you can get in large numbers.
Indeed.
If you look them up, they're actually fairly true to life. They do occur in caches of hundreds.
Yes.
They're little undersea creatures.
Yeah.
That have been fossilised.
They are tradable, keep that in mind. You'll find them all over the island. You can sell fossils for them in certain areas, in the camp, for example, if you have leftover ones. It's really good.
No, it's nothing like the Ark. Sorry, I just had to say that.
So because the mushrooms kind of rotate on a pattern, getting back to the centre is a little bit difficult when you've got to the other end.
It is indeed.
So we have also implemented a way of getting back to the centre, which incorporates the bitter cat mushrooms. Here, you have a rubber cat mushroom.
We do indeed.
If I jump on it...
you're going to do it without. Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to do it without. If you jump on it, you're going to land in the centre, back to where you were.
Straight on your face.
Straight on your face. It does a bit of damage. Yeah, 44 right there. I believe it can scale up to 50 as well.
I think so, yes.
I have cheats on right now. You take a lot of damage. If only there was something that could soften that blow, man.
Indeed, if only
there
there
was
was
some form of way to make that landing.
Oh dear, I
a
wonder
little
what you
bit
did
softer.
there.
Oh, look at that. Bitter cat mushrooms will stop my fall next time and I won't take damage.
You'll probably squash them a bit when you come in, though.
You'll squash them a bit, so they may not last.
Yes.
But there you go. So, we thought about ways
they think 44 is too much for landing on your face.
Too much? Well, you don't have to. It's also worth pointing out that those tar monsters that you saw, although they're very dangerous and they do a lot of damage,
Trampolines, sorry. Trampolines in our house.
It's worth keeping in mind that those tar monsters that you just saw, although they do a lot of damage and they're pretty accurate, there is a way to stop them. I'm not going to tell you how, But there is other creatures in this swamp that you may have seen spinning about.
Oh, yes.
That might
indeed.
assist in that. But I'm going to let you find that one out for yourself. Past that, I'm going to move on to another bit of content on the island.
Ooh, what next?
You know what it is next.
Do I?
You do. It's on a piece of paper in front of you.
Oh,
We're going to go straight to wyverns.
turn the music off.
Turn the music off.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we're not revealing this one.
So
It's
we're
not
going to...
playing anyway.
It's not
Oh,
playing
fair
anymore.
enough.
Excellent. So, right here, you'll notice that there is a dungeon icon. A trapdoor.
Ooh.
So this is going to take you down to the task-only wyvern cave. There is one that is not task-only, which is
Yep.
further to the east
There
near
is
the
indeed.
volcano. But we're going to show you that one next week when we show the volcano stuff off. So for now, we're going to show you this task-only area. I have JMod cheats on, so I won't take any damage. So I'm going to... This is the first time that these guys are going to get to see this.
There it is.
It's
Yes,
interesting.
it is, isn't
So there's three kinds of fossil wyverns. There's the spitting wyvern, which has a special attack that it's going to show, and I don't want to show everything, so I'm going to get away from it. There is also the taloned wyvern over here, and there is finally one more over here.
No, you've got the long-tailed as well. There's
There's
four
the long-tailed.
types.
I know, I was
Yeah,
going to say.
yeah,
So there's the long-tailed, the taloned,
Yep.
and the spitting. Those require a slayer level of 60. Where are we? They require 66, and they can be assigned. They are assigned separate to
Yes.
frozen skeletal wyverns. Sorry.
Wyverns, yeah.
However, we understand that they're lower than skeletal wyverns. People might be overly happy with that because they might want a bit of a stronger task. So, if you get assigned fossil wyverns, you can also kill, at level 82, these ancient wyverns over here. Now, these have slightly better drop tables than wyverns. They're also a lot stronger. They have more health. But why would you kill wyverns, Maz?
Why would you kill wyverns?
Why would you kill wyverns? What do they drop?
Well, they might have some unique drops.
Some unique drops.
Yeah, that you wouldn't find on other wyverns elsewhere outside the island.
Okay. So, like some form of visage?
Maybe.
Okay. Luckily,
Something like a dragon visage, but not.
like a wyvern visage of
Yeah.
some kind, like this. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Strange that.
a wyvern visage. Of course, wyverns aren't protected. You can't use anti-dragon fire protection
Yes.
against wyverns. You have to
Because they
use-
don't spit fire.
They don't spit fire. You have to use a mind shield
Or an elemental
or an
shield.
elemental shield. Now, the wyvern visage is going to attach to that and create a brand new shield, which we have shown off before, which is
We
called the
have indeed.
wyvern shield.
Let's see the animation. Let's see the animation.
Yes, so there's a little animation here. Of course, when you equip the mind or the elemental shield, it grows on you
Yeah.
and then it attaches. Similarly, when you equip this, it animates on
That's
you,
so cool.
which looks pretty cool. I'm going to take everything off so that you guys can see the stats of this thing. There you go. This is uncharged, keep in mind.
Yes, they
So-
scale up when you charge it.
Yes, and let's talk about charging.
Ah, charging.
So-
Well, it's not like the DFS.
That's correct. How do you charge it, Maz?
You charge it with fossils.
Of course you charge it with fossils. So, if I give, if I use this handy dandy prop that I used earlier, which is give underscore fossil underscore, I'm going to do rare fossils. I'm going to do rare, okay?
But you should hang on to those because you might need them later.
Maybe, but for now, if I operate this shield,
No, you recharge it.
oh, I recharge the shield, not operate. Operate does something else,
Yes.
and I can get up to 5 charges because it doesn't use rare fossils. We don't allow it to use rare fossils. Rare fossils are worth keeping a hold of.
This is true.
So, it's a fossil per small, you get 2 charges for medium, large you get 3, I believe.
I
Something
think
like
it
that.
is.
On top of that, its stats will have went up quite a chunk because I've used more fossils on it, up to 50 charges. The operate would actually throw out an attack similar to the DFS.
Ish.
What's the difference?
It's actually the same as what the wyverns do when they freeze you. So
Yes.
it's a cold magic attack and it freezes you in place and works on both PVM and PvP.
Yes. The freeze length, I believe, is 20 seconds.
I can't remember off the top of my
And-
head. I'm glad you can.
I'm pretty sure you spit it out, and if it hits, it's 20 seconds. So it's pretty powerful freeze. I'm going to clear my inventory though, and go on to the next bit of content. Oh, it's worth. I should probably point out the other stuff as well. So give a. They also drop a granite sword, a long sword, which is why that's not working, and also granite boots. These are some more uniques from them. So if I put these on separately, you guys can have a little look at it. Those are the boots. And that is the
They're
longsword.
rather grey, aren't they?
Well, it's granite.
Yeah.
What do you expect it to be? Pink?
Yes.
That's limestone.
No, it's not.
Is limestone
No,
beachy
it's-
colour?
No.
I don't
Pink,
know.
pink granite.
I don't spend enough time there, clearly.
Clearly, you're not a geologist.
Obviously not. So, let's go to the prayer activity on the island. Okay, so up here, you have There it is.
Well, one would say that fossils are just bones, right?
Yeah.
And why can't you bury them? But they're not actually bones; they're now rock because they're fossils. So to be able
Technicalities.
to be actually able to use them for prayer, they need to be bones.
So, when you have a certain amount of fossils, you don't need any more. When you finish the Varrock Museum, when you've got enough Numulites by training the fossil collector, you're probably going to have to do something with those fossils. To do that, if you come here to this lovely pool, what are we calling this pool? Do you have a name of it?
The mycelium pool.
The mycelium pool, that's the one. You come with it. You come here, and there's a lovely NPC walking about that you can talk to, called Irene. She's a throwback to somebody in real life, I believe. And when you click on this hopper, an interface opens, and you can deposit your fossils inside of this pool. But they won't do anything right now. They're not going to do anything because you need calcium and phosphate, which you can find from the volcano mine.
Various other places in the island as well. I believe I made the wyverns drop some of them as well.
Yes, that's true. It is tradable as well, it's worth pointing out.
And you need these to start the chemical reaction going.
Yes. Do you want to explain this?
Yes, people, science. Science is happening. So the idea is you are recalcifying these things into bones. Don't ask, a wizard did it. But when they're in the pool and this chemical reaction is happening, which Wolf will start in a minute, they bob to the surface, and if you don't keep them under the surface, they'll oxidise and you'll lose them.
Indeed. So
if you want to walk away and leave them, you'll get some out, but you will lose a lot.
There you go. So I'm going to poke this bobbing fossil.
Poke the bobbing fossil.
Do this. So obviously you can have up to 28 fossils in here at a time. I only put 5 in for the sake of.
Did I actually leave the op as poke, or is it prod?
I think it says poke. I quite like it saying poke. Poke or prod? What's the difference between a poke and a prod, Maz?
I'm not going there.
Oh. Oh no! Oh, you can prod that one. I thought you couldn't prod it because we just added a fossil storage. That would have been a really funny bug to find on stream. So I'm going to prod this down. This process bar goes all the way down. And I should, I could have just given. While I'm prodding all these down. Fossil, small, and rich. So this isn't meant to be, some form of trading method. It's worth pointing that in mind. It's meant to be you've got leftover fossils, you can use them in here, and once that you're done with it, which I'm about to be, now? Yes, great.
There you go.
I can open up this sluice gate over here, let them go inside the rinsing pool, and then I can take them out. And I'm going to have enriched fossils over here. So the small, medium, large, and rare. So you can put all the types of bones in here. And then you can take this to a particular area to the east, over here. I don't want to show you how to get there. You just need to know that you can get here. Inside of this area, there is a machine. A strange machine.
It's a strange machine.
Now,
looks half broken as well.
It does look half broken. Depending on the type of fossil that you use, will depend on the amount of experience that you get. So this is just a small one. These are pretty common compared to rares.
They are.
And if I use it on the strange machine, I'm going to get 100 experience. A bit of talking experience. I can click faster if I want to do it like a regular prayer altar, or automatically do it. I believe that rare fossils give you 500 experience.
I think it is, yes.
So it's 200 for medium, 300 for large, 500 for rares. Again, that's what that looks like. It's not meant to be a trading method, it's meant to be giving experience for something that you might have left over. I think that's everything for the prayer activity that we want to talk about.
I think so.
So we only have one more thing to talk about on this stream in particular, before obviously next week's where we have substantially more. I'm going to go on head over to here. So we spoke about the Ammonite crabs. These crabs are essentially rock crabs made out of ammonites. They drop fossils, which are worth killing them for. They also have a nice health pool. I think they have a health of like 100. I could be wrong. So it's worth killing some of those. On top of that, inside of the mushroom forest, it wouldn't be a mushroom forest without zygonites, or ancient fungi for that matter. And if I block it, you'll notice that these are pretty strong. Level 109.
Just a bit. Be careful walking around the forest.
Absolutely. If I max myself, and then I give myself this fungi, which I definitely put on my sheet because I knew I need it, but then totally didn't give it to myself earlier, which is right here. This is a long name. Whoever did this, I'm not happy that they made it Slayer_spray_pump_10. If I finish it off, you'll notice that this Zygamite will always drop Malt Fungus, and has a buff drop table compared to regular Zygomites. We know that Zygomites aren't a great Slayer task to have, so hopefully when you have that as a task, you can come here, you can kill these instead as a part of your task. Yeah?
Yep, indeed.
So hopefully, yeah, that's fine. They also drop these in noted form, 5 at a time sometimes, but I didn't get it that time. That's a little
I
upsetting.
just like the fact you got the compost, because then we can use that to make ultra compost.
Yes, but I wasn't going to talk about that this week.
Well, they already know about ultra
They
compost
do know about
anyway.
ultra compost, that's true. But I don't think we should show them it.
No.
That's true. We're going to show you that next week. We have a lot of stuff to show you next week, but can't talk about that right now. Somebody said something in the chat that made me thought I leaked something, but I didn't. They
don't think you did.
They had a very lucky guess, and I
don't
nearly
think
said
you did.
something. I had a panic moment. Sorry, guys. Cool. So, on top of the mushrooms earlier that we showed you, the Sulliuscep trees, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a mushroom pie. Mushroom pie, which can be made at 60 cooking, and looks just like this. This also passed the poll recently. When you eat it, my crafting level goes up by 4,
Woohoo!
which is excellent. While Mod Rye was in there, by the way, give...
Oh, yes, he had a little spare time on his hands, didn't he, when he was in there?
Yeah, so he thought he may as well update botanical pies as well to give them a bit of a unique look, because they were just a recolour of an original pie.
They want to see the Wyverns again.
They want to see the wyverns again.
Yeah.
Should I kill a
Well,
wyvern?
we've got half an hour, look.
Okay, well, let's
So
kill a wyvern.
Let's go and kill a wyvern.
I'm very cautious about showing too much. I don't want to, ruin it. I need to go to the non-task cave. Tell you what, guys, let's go to the non-task cave.
Yay, show them
Okay.
the non-task cave.
Okay, all the way over here, up on the map. I'm trying not to show other things, so I'm taking a route that they won't see anything else. So, yeah, okay, there it is. So it's up here on the volcano, inside of here. And then I'm going to go max me. So in this area, there's a couple of Easter eggs worth keeping in mind, but
Oh, yes.
we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about killing these wyverns. So let's kill an ancient one, right? Because ancient ones are the high level, people are probably a little bit more excited to see these guys.
Here's where you get the worst drop on the drop table.
Yeah,
that there is.
probably. This is always the biggest worry for us, that we're going to show something and you're going to hear, I did get the worst drop on the
You
drop
did,
table.
well done.
So I'm not going to show that one. Don't worry about that cash pile. That I just got twice in a row.
How do you do it?
Maybe with a broken no. Whew, okay. Excellent. So these, I believe this is a chunk of cotton.
Haha, you're being toothed.
I got toothed. I got coins twice in a row. Do you know how unlucky that is? Oh, did I just get a granite? No, I didn't. I got an unidentified large fossil, however, because that's very rare. So fossils are generally pretty rare, I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
Especially as they get higher and higher up. I don't want to kill too many because I'm scared in case I'll reveal the full drop table. Because they drop some good things, but I'm just nervous about showing the
You
exact
haven't even got a
amount.
visage yet.
Yeah, because they're one in... Oh, I nearly said the number.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
They're not one in X number. I'm not going to show everything. I don't want to have to reveal the drop table. I'm sorry, guys. I'd be fired if I showed you the drop table. Yes, they do have 300 HP. They are stronger. They're level 82 Slayer comparatively to the skeletal ones. There is the lower level 66 though, if I kill those instead.
Look at the chat. It's so you
I
want you
nearly
to
said
say
it.
the number.
I know, I was so close. I think that's everything that we're going to show them this week, though.
I think it is, but we've still got a few minutes.
Absolutely.
So if
We
you
have a
have
little while.
questions, ask questions.
Yeah, please ask questions about the stuff that we showed you. Ultra Compost, we'll be showing that next week, because we'll also be showing some stuff to do with farming.
Oh, I know what we should say. There's been a rumour going around that the mining activity in the volcano isn't coming out with this release, and it is.
It certainly is. In fact, we're
the
showing
mining,
it next week.
The mining activity will be released with Fossil Island,
Everything's coming in one go.
apart from the extra bits we're adding on later,
Yeah.
like
Stuff
the
that we
thing
just...
in the museum that we pointed out the empty space for.
Yeah, we saw the empty space and thought it could do with something. So
Yep.
we're going to probably put something there. Any questions? Let's have a look.
What we got?
What's tomorrow's update? Tomorrow's update will actually not be shown today.
Well, we showed a little bit already.
Yeah, we showed a little bit. So we showed the Varrock Museum expansion. But we're not having a sneak peek of the week this week, I'm afraid, because we've had this. Let's have a look, see.
Whoa, that's going fast. Where are we?
Please tell me... Oh, the thieving and agility requirements. So I can actually tell you that. We're not going to show you that until next week anyway, but I'm happy to give you that. So in this section here...
No, there's no wyvern pet.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. You don't need a thieving or agility level for underwater thieving and agility. It's level 1. The hunter and the fishing area does require a level,
Yes,
however.
yes. No, the thieving and agility is scaled.
It scales from 1
Yeah.
to 99. But the hunter and fishing requires 44 hunter and a slightly higher fishing level, I believe. If I go to other, yeah, 47 fishing.
How many quests? One.
One quest to access the island, one quest to rule them all.
Yes.
Is there a wyvern pet? There is not a
No.
wyvern pet. There is not a mining Todd pet. No.
There is no mining Todd, because Ed will get very angry if you use that word.
When's Grotesque Guardians come out? Grotesque Guardians.
When it comes out?
Yeah, they're when they're ready. Sorry. Nice hunter level. Yeah, I set it to 80 to show you guys the experience that you get. Quest requirements will be the Bon Voyage,
100
which we showed at the
kudos.
start. 100 kudos
And dig site.
Dig site,
Yep.
yes. Can level 3 skillers access the island? They can. They can also do...
Depends what you term level 3 skiller. I was having this conversation with someone the other day.
What do you
To
mean?
get the 100 kudos, they're arguing that if you're an Iron Man level 3 skiller, you
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, sorry.
Oh well. It's been 100 kudos to access the island since 2006. Not changing that.
New music cape requirements? There are 5 new music
Yep,
tracks.
5 new tracks.
Why does the magic icon
What?
look messed up?
Why does what?
I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't changed it.
Sorry, if you're an Iron Man and you're a skiller, it's like Iron Man stand alone.
Yep.
If you're going to stand alone, why limit your skills? Sorry.
There is a teleport to the island if you find it.
Yes. Quest rewards. Quest reward is access to the island and its content.
Yep.
But also, you do actually get a notepad, a notebook to keep track of your adventures in the fossil.
Yeah, that's more for the lorehounds.
But,
It doesn't actually give you any rewards per se, but
Yeah.
you can keep notes of what you're doing on the island.
Will the Dragon Hunter crossbow work on wyverns?
No, because they're
No,
not dragons.
no. They will.
No, they won't.
No, I made them work on it, but Maz is not happy about it because she insists that they're not dragons. But it does work. It has the parameter on
Oh, I'll
them.
take it off again.
No, it works. I promise. We don't want to make that item not worthwhile having. That being said,
Let's make it work on cows as well then.
does the Tar monster damage scale with HP in combat? Nope.
Nope.
But there is a way to avoid its damage. So a level 3 can go through that swamp. But I'm not going to show you
They'd
how
have
to
to
do
be
that.
very lucky, but
Yeah, maybe. There's a way to get through.
there is.
And they'd have to hope that other players don't mess them up.
Yes.
So yeah. The cow hunter crossbow dropped by the wyverns.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it does already work. Yeah, we
Does
are...
it fire milk?
Sorry for... Yeah. It's an udder. No, it will work on the wyverns.
Pull
don't
the other
worry.
one, Jay.
Are the dragons in... Spoilers! Game of Thrones spoilers, guys. Woo!
What?
With the charge...
Sorry, I'm not a Game of Thrones person. What is this Game of Thrones spoiler?
Can you use a cannon? You will not be able to use a cannon inside the wyvern caves because you've just reminded me to check that.
I'm pretty sure I already did that.
Yeah, I think that was the case, but I want to double check. One of my favourite parts about asking questions is that sometimes they prompt things
Yes, indeed.
to remind us. Does the revitalization pool give the stamina potion buff? No. Varrock Diary, will it be changed? Nope. You still just need 1/5.
Yeah,
whatever
because
it
it actually specifies 153 rather than
Yes.
saying maximum.
Why would the DFS work on skeleton wyverns but not normal ones? Oh, sorry.
Don't get me
No,
started.
the DFS will work, not the anti-fire shield is what I meant if I said that earlier. The DFS will work, but it's not as strong as using a mind or an elemental shield. It works just like the skeletal wyverns. Make all...
Make all is
Make
what
all
Ash is working
Ash
on.
has been working on it for a while now. It's a big project. You can keep spamming it, but it's not going to make it come any quicker. How much XP do you get at 99 on Hunter? I could show them.
You could show them while I tell them that no, alts couldn't track the beast for you because it's completely your track. It's
Yes.
multi-locked, so only you will see your track.
Yes. Where are we? Let's start on this one.
Yes, Visage is dropped by the lower wyverns, but very, very rare.
It's a lot more common from ancients. In fact, a lot more things are. You'll also find that they drop something a little bit useful as well. The ancient ones, because obviously there's been demand for particular skilling items.
Someone likes spamming Maycall.
Chris, can you just mute the person who's spamming make all? Because we can't get questions. Or can you put slow mode on, please, mate? Thank you. Curious question. With the charge shield having negative, it makes more sense the elemental shield, not wyvern. Yes, it does have to go into negative just due to the way that it scales, I'm afraid. That's just what we had to do. But again, it's to make...
Oh, now
Fossil
everybody's
Islands- yeah,
spamming
who's
it.
gonna spam
Brilliant.
it? It's to make Fossil Islands useful. Let's attack this tunnel, because that was a really quick one, for the record. I got
Did you have the quickest one in...
I did. I got 2,461 from at 99. There you go. Oh, I only got one herb that time. How disappointing. I got a lantern time.
Ah, small violin.
Yeah, world's smallest violin. Can we have a fossil room in the playground house? Oh, don't start Maz on
Oh, I
this.
wish.
She wanted
It
one
was
so
on the
badly.
original brief, and it's one of the things that yeah.
Can you safe spot wyverns, Maz?
Oh, you can try. You can certainly try. Good luck.
Yeah. They have unique mechanics, these wyverns.
Yes.
Like spitting teeth and other things.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. Will there be more quests released later in the future of Fossil Island? Potentially.
Potentially, yes.
We want.
There's certainly more
Yeah.
content I want to put on the island. I really feel, personally speaking, I don't think that the island is finished. But that's me.
Well,
Other
to be
people tell me
fair-
there's loads and loads of content
Yeah,
on there.
this is Maz. Like she
Yeah.
thinks it's not complete because she just she wants to put one of every single skill trading activity on an island. But keeping in mind that it's this big, I don't know how she's expecting to do that. I'm not gonna lie. Can you get bird nests or the beaver from the Sulliuscep trees? You can.
Definitely in the nest. I can't remember if I plugged in the
Beaver.
pet or
Did
not.
you plug in the beaver? We did plug in the beaver. I guarantee it.
Okay,
I'll write it down.
let's
Just double
check
check.
that.
We'll always double
Yeah.
check. This is what this is for. Sep trees, beaver. I want to say with almost certainty. Where do you start the quest? Inside of Varrock Museum. Will there be clue scroll steps on Fossil Island? We want to add that in, actually.
It is on our future to-do list, yes.
We might be able to get it done in time. If not, it'll come in a couple of weeks. Just to add a couple more things to make some more requirements for it.
There are no fairy rings. Those mushrooms were all eradicated by the other mushrooms.
Yes. Birdhouses. It's not a side job to add clue scroll things.
Yes, it is.
We want to put it in. It's on our list of like nice to dos. We
Yep.
call them. Like we have all the content of the island, and then other things that we would like to do, like adding clue areas, adding stuff like certain fishing spots that might be near banks that don't exist, like little things that, like for example, in Zaya. Do you remember when Zaya was released and it was like, there's some good spots here to do this, like more magic trees here, kind of thing. Wyverns are not task only. There is a task only cave, however, and there is an off task cave. So you don't need to be fighting for spawns with
Yep,
people who
indeed.
are just killing them for their bones. Why wasn't the Herbiboar balanced around the ring of pursuit? Silver jewellery. We've written it down to talk about that.
We even wrote it down.
So, as you saw there,
Yes.
the examples that I gave to begin with took me a minute and a half for one of the tracks, and
Yep.
then that one took me 20 seconds. Because of how large the tracking area is, if we had it instantaneously complete it for you, it would skip the majority
that would
of
be,
the content.
Yes, we simply couldn't balance around that.
Some of the creatures on the island drop magic seeds, yes. There you go, I've said it.
Oh, you had to say it, didn't you?
I'm not saying how many though. Maybe it's just like
maybe it's just
a
one.
1 in 1 million chance for all I know.
And perhaps it's just one creature, maybe it's down in the swamp or something.
Is there going to be separate slayer tasks for new wyverns? Yes.
Yes,
So there
there
are
is.
skeletal wyverns and there are fossil island wyverns. Oh gosh, I said it, didn't I? How are teak and mahogany seeds obtained? They are in drop tables, they are from nests, and they are from the new creatures on the island. But we will talk about those next week when we go into hardwood farming. There's so much we have to show next week, actually. I didn't write a list down, but we've got hardwood farming, we've got the volcano, we've got
Yeah.
underwater seaweed farming, we've got how the seaweed works, we've got the ultra compost, we've got the ash mining, fertile ash. We've got the
Indeed.
agility in the hunter, the agility
No,
in thieving.
volcanic ash.
Volcanic ash is what we
Yes.
called it eventually. We were going to call it fertile ash, but we were a little bit scared to call it that. The agility in the thieving area. We've gotten the hunter and the fishing area. We've also gotten... There's a mining area that's not the volcano.
Well, we do have 15 minutes before the next stream.
Yeah, but the problem is I kind of promised Mod Stone not to show too much.
Aww,
And he kind of said that if I did show too much,
he would.
kill me. He wouldn't
Alright,
kill me.
okay.
But he would have strong, assertive words with me.
Ooh, strong assertive words. Okay.
Can you show this?
Volcanic ash equals ash after some curry. Love it.
Yes, I can show the Slayer requirements. So on the Slayer tab here, you'll notice at 66, the Fossil Island Wyverns are there, and the Ancient Wyverns, which is a part of the Fossil Island
Yep.
task set, require 82. Can you show the new shield again? Absolutely. Oh, I'm starting to... I've been speaking a lot.
You're drying out.
Got a wolf mug. Yummy. That was given to me by By another mod upstairs. Thank you very much. Where are we? Oh, I deleted it. Don't worry. Give Wyvern underscore shield. That's how you get one in game. You just do that.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Are you able to find the first set of tracks for the Herbiboar, then run to the end spot?
No.
Because there isn't a fixed end spot for each start spot. It is random.
Yeah.
So you have to follow the track.
I think that's like regular tracking, actually.
It
I think
is,
you have to always complete the track before you can get it.
Yeah.
Can you extend the new Wyverns? So, we were discussing this the other day.
Yep.
Because you can extend the skeletal ones, depending on time, we will either have it so that the extension task is Wyverns, all Wyverns, or if we have time, we'll plug in a separate thing to purchase that are Fossil Island extensions.
I don't know how the extensions work, so I don't know how long that's going to take to do.
But yeah, we are looking into that. So yes, you might be able to extend them.
Yes, there are other kudos requirements on the island. You will need it to enter the mining activity for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also like to add it in another couple of places as well. It's going too quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. Is there a delay on equipping the shield? No, it's instantaneous. It's just got an animation, just like the elemental shield.
If you want to wait for the animation, you can, but the animation is not going to delay you. No.
Yeah, no, not at all. If I do that and then quickly run, oh, it did delay me. I shouldn't do that.
It definitely shouldn't. Someone's changed something there.
Wyvern shield. It won't do that.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorted. Doesn't do it anymore. It's fixed. Fixed. Upstairs, already done. Do you need to unlock the new task? No, you do not. Can you show the shield's attack? Yes, we can show the shield's special attack.
What shall we go and attack?
Going to kill an Ammonite crab?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
If you think you can. Are you still maxed?
Yes. It's an Ammonite crab. It doesn't even do much damage. So if I operate and attack it, I will punch it in the face because I have no charges because I've just given this one. Come on, Maz.
Yeah.
You're meant to keep me in line.
Oh, sorry. Give yourself some fossils.
Yeah, it's a debug prop. I'm going to give fossil underscore large. Make it, move it, fake it, who do you think you are? It's charges to full and will also show max stats because people were asking for
They
that.
too, yes, exactly.
So 50 charges. This is what the fully charged stats look like.
Yes, and this is the one they voted on, isn't it?
Yep. So here you go. Let you guys look at that. That good? Awesome.
Hopefully, because you did vote yes.
yeah, hopefully. They voted yes on it, so it should be right. I'm going to operate this now, and then I'm going to attack this, and whoosh, 11 damage. And it should be frozen for 20 seconds, so I'm just going to walk away from it now. That works on both, that works in PvP and in PvM.
Yep.
It works,
unless your PvP opponent is actually wearing one of these shields.
Yeah.
Because, of course...
They'll protect it.
Yes.
Where are we? That was a low damage, wasn't it? Really?
That was well done.
Yeah.
You seem to be having bad luck today.
I believe the max hit of the shield.
What's this?
I don't want to guess what the max hit of the shield is.
No, I wouldn't guess.
But if I was to put a between number, I'd say between 15 and 30. I think 30 is probably its maximum hit.
Yep.
I think it's similar to the DFS. Guaranteed freeze? It's not guaranteed. It can splash.
Yep.
Based on, I believe, magic defense and shield defense.
I believe it is, yes.
So yes, it's let's have a look. See, it does not hit a 73. Draconic Visage from the new Fossil Wyverns. It doesn't drop a Draconic Visage. It drops the Wyvern Visage, which is a 1 in. Nearly. Right there. It looks like it could be attached to something somehow. But how, Maz?
Oh, I wonder how.
We're not going to show you how.
No, they
You'll
have to find out.
Yourself.
No, there's no new diary for the Fossil Island.
Nope, no diary. Is the Ancient Visage drop rate going to be released? Nope, it'll be released a little bit after Fossil Island.
Just like we do with anything, really. Yeah, we'll leave it a couple of weeks at least.
Any new bosses coming to the island?
Nope.
Oh, there's not bosses.
There's not bosses, no.
But we were meant to actually... that's something we forgot to show.
What's that?
So when we said that the swamp was dangerous, and it was, with those tar creatures that you all got to see, we've got to show you something else that we were going to just... we were going to casually show you when I went over to this tree right here. So this tree further south is particularly dangerous compared to the rest of them. This is one that most people that are low leveled will probably inject and instantly kill.
Yeah.
Because just to the south here, Is it a ranged archaeologist?
Yeah, he's got a bit lost a while ago.
He's very strong, yeah. He hurts, so coming over
He
here...
hurts a lot.
Oh dear, I'm just going to get out now and let them discover that. The one thing that we do want to point out is that it doesn't drop wilderness-only components.
No, it definitely not.
Yeah, it has a nice drop table, but it doesn't drop, wilderness shield parts, odium shards, etc. So don't worry about that.
Yes, there are some poisonous things on the island.
Oh, did I get hit by the...
No, someone asked
Oh.
whether there was anything poisonous, and I said yes.
Okay, excellent.
So, no, you didn't get hit by it,
Yeah.
which is good.
Should be a geologist. What's the difference?
No, there's archaeology on the island as well.
No, I mean, you know what the difference is of an archaeologist and geologist.
So
but
the
I'm just
difference is a
ignorant.
geologist looks at rocks
Yeah.
and their makeup and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
whereas an archaeologist looks at human history
Uh-huh.
as preserved in
Right, okay.
finds and things like that. And then you've got paleontologists that look at bones.
Defense requirement. There is a defense requirement, and there's also a magic requirement, I believe.
Yes, there is.
So there is a magic requirement of... Where will this be?
Can
under?
he find it?
Yeah, equipment.
You did test
There
this,
we go.
didn't you?
65 to be able to... Oh, 66 to make it.
Yep.
And how do you make it, Maz? Oh.
Ooh.
And 70 to be able to wield it. And I believe there's a defense requirement as well. Where are we? Here we are, 75. I can. Oh, I can only see the first screen, Chris. Yes, is that about the shield, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yes.
similar to the DFS, which has a cooldown on how often you can use it.
It's
because
exactly
it
the
gets,
same, actually.
Well, no, it's slightly different. Instead of it being too hot to be able to use again, it's just, it's too cold.
Yes.
It needs to warm
Well, I
up
suppose
and
technically,
cool
yes,
down.
it's different. Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, God, I nearly read that. Will there be a teleport to the island? Inside the island, there are the mush trees that will teleport you around it. To get to the island,
There is, but you need to find it.
there is stuff to be able to get there, but we're not going to tell you that.
Flippers will not be needed for underwater, but they will be very advantageous.
Without flippers, you're going to have a not very fun time, that's for sure.
No, it's still fun.
It literally doubles up your speed.
It does.
Mining Todd. Firstly, it's not Mining Todd.
Yeah, because Ed will flip.
Secondly, we'll be showing that off next week. I'll be here with Mod Kieran as well,
Yes.
so we'll be able to show that off, which will be fun. Is that all the questions?
Panic buy flippers.
Are we good? Are we going to go to a break before the Q&A? It's your last chance.
That
to
would be
able to answer
great.
questions
I would
about
love a
what we've
break.
shown. I like break. And drink my mug. Are both elemental shields better than the DFS of the new Wyverns? No, sorry. DFS is still better
Nope, they're both equally the same.
as defensive, but obviously it has better defense stats at DFS, is what
Yes.
they mean. In terms of fire protection, they're the same. And then the Wyvern shield is better for fire protection. I say fire, you know what I mean? Wyvern breath.
Ice.
Ice.
He's getting a bit muddled
scared
between
them.
fire
You scared
and
them by
ice.
saying, no, the
didn't I?
DFS isn't better. The DFS fire protection is the same as a mind and elemental shield, but the defense of it is, of course, better.
You don't mean fire.
Wyvern icy breath, that thing. Will the dragon crossbow work? Yes, it will.
A little bit.
Sneak peek on volcanic ash. Is it one per bucket or compost bin? I'll show you that next week. Does Wyvern shield degrade charge over time? It doesn't. Only when you use a charge will it degrade.
Yeah.
Will the Wyvern shield work versus stuff like the KBD? It'll be weak, but I think it'll just...
It works. I haven't put any special code in on KBD.
It works. There you go.
When they say works, do they mean does it protect you against anti-dragon? Does it
Yes.
protect you against dragon breath?
I
No.
think so. Yeah.
Does it work as in can you do the attack from the shield? Yes.
Mushroom pies heal 8, I believe. Yes, there is some interesting shops. The fossil collector over here will
Oh yes.
happily trade how many fossils you have for numulites. So obviously you're probably going to want to build your Varrock Museum cases first, but if you have
Yes.
any left over...
Why would they want to build the cases first, Jay?
So when you build the cases, Firstly, it looks cool, and you get kudos.
Yeah.
You might need kudos for that fantastic volcano mine that we're going to be showing you next week. Because even if you got max now, you haven't got enough to be able to go on that volcano mine. So you're going to have to build cases. On top of that, you get a 5k XP lamp when you complete it, and there's 32 cases. So, you know, worst case scenario, 160k rune crafting experience.
There's another interesting question. Can flying wyverns be attacked with melee or just ranged? You can melee them. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily.
For what, sorry?
Flying wyverns.
What about it?
Meleeing them.
You can melee them.
You can melee them,
But
yes.
it probably isn't the best. Probably isn't the best.
I just have this mental image of them trying to jump up and hit the wyvern.
Oh yeah, you can hit them though. They're not like Aviancy where it's like you can't whip them
No.
because they're 2 feet off the air. Devalues my rune crafting experience. I'm sorry. It's a choosable experience. Choose what you wish. And devalue any other experience. Will fungicide be used for skilling activity? If so, can you reduce the slayer requirement from 57? You can purchase it anywhere in the GE.
You don't need a requirement for purchasing it, do you?
It's tradable. I don't believe so. We'll soon see. I'm pretty sure you can just buy this stuff. No.
Yeah, but I think you can buy it from the Slayer Master without the
That's what I
requirement.
thought. That's what I
That's
thought.
what I believe.
I'm pretty
Summon
sure
up
you
a
can buy it
Slayer
from the
Master.
Slayer Master.
Add Slayer Master. Let's check.
The new Fossil Island Slayer Master? No, I'm kidding. There
No,
isn't a Slayer Master.
there
I'm
is
sorry,
no
I'm
Slayer
kidding.
Master.
You got the hopes up. I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Can you imagine the Reddit?
I know. I'm only playing. Don't worry, guys. Leaked. Do you think I'd be silly enough to do that? Trade. Oh, well, I am. It's well. I'm now a noob.
Well, we knew that.
No, I can purchase it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that was the case. So yes, you can buy it. You don't need the Slayer requirement to buy it.
Does the Mine Shield attached to the Wyvern Shield look different to the Elemental one? It does not. It still looks blue. I don't actually think you can attach the Mined one to it.
No.
No, you can't. You have to attach the Elemental Shield.
Yep.
Other activities a level 3 should avoid. The Volcano Mine, although doable, is not going to be fun.
Yeah, you'll die.
The Swamp, although doable, is not going to be fun.
Yeah, you probably want to stay in the forest, to be honest with you.
It is going to be fun. It'll just hurt.
It'll
hurt a lot,
It'll
yes.
be fun, but it'll hurt a lot. In terms of not fun, I mean, the likelihood of you dying in the volcano and the swamp is pretty high as a level 3. However, the mushroom area with the hunter tracking is, you're probably going to get that stuff. Yeehaw! Yes,
Indeed.
yeehaw, as Kieran's here.
Yes.
And the underwater stuff, you'll be fine, because you don't
Yep.
necessarily take damage. You generally actually take, well, you lose oxygen, but we'll show you that next week.
Oh dear, here comes the
The cake owners.
Yeah, and the cake owners.
Will the new DFS work against the new what? Oh, the DFS work against wyverns. Yes, it will work against wyverns. What about raids? Raids 2 in Fossil Island. There's no raids 2 in Fossil Island.
Yet.
Is there a weight limit for diving? Don't say yet.
What? I want to add more things to the island.
There is a weight limit per se. If you have too much weight, you'll start walking on the floor as opposed to swimming.
Yes.
And if you drop off, if you go into deep water, you'll drown. But we'll show you that next week as well. Right. I think that's everything, Maz.
I think it is.
I think that's everything.
For this week, otherwise...
For this week.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a chunk of stuff to show you next week. Of course, the biggest that you guys are looking forward to is Volcano Mine. I'll have Kieran and Maz here with us next week, so that'll be a ton of fun. And I guess we're going to take a little break before the Q&A. So take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Q&A. Today we're joined with Mod Kieran,
Hello.
Mod Rock,
Howdy.
myself, Mod Archie, Mod Tom H,
Hello.
Mod Ed,
Hello.
and Mod Stone.
Hello.
One more person, I think, than
It's still
we
weird
usually
having you
go
in the
for.
middle, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually I think we go for 5, but I was just doing the rounds and saying who wants to be in the Q&A. We ended up with 6 this week. Fantastic, all the merrier. Today we have a little bit more Fossil Island, I think, to talk about. We'll be gathering some questions. And I think Mod Wolf said on his way out, what did he say, the Varrock Museum's out next week, is that right?
The Varrock Museum updates where you can see all of the different tasks you can do for your kudos in preparation for Fossil Island will be out this week.
Okay. Fantastic. And we'll also have another Fossil Island sneak peek stream it next week as well. Moving on to the questions this week. I Like Cheese says, can we discuss the current state of agility? Ever since the rooftop agility update, a number of courses have been made totally obsolete. So he has a few potential solutions here. Higher experience rates to compensate for receiving no marks. That's the obvious one. Higher pet drop rate from those other courses. So that's interesting. Giving these courses some form of monetary reward, though I'm less in favor of this idea, is his words.
So in terms of the pet rates, I believe the Penguin course is the best. From the numbers that you put out, I think, or I think test people have done, that people tend to use the Penguin course for pet. So that has got its own niche, although it's a little bit awkward to get to. Was it the courses that I think aren't really used? The one that comes to mind for me is Relica.
Someone's mic is apparently acting up.
Own up, who is it?
I don't know, but I'll try and continue. So Relic is the obvious one because you've got the gap from Sears to RD is pretty much only done at Sears course. So if we were to look into improve something, I'd perhaps look there. But
Who's number 3?
no, I'm 4.
I'm number 1.
Oh, Mod Ed.
We found the
Ed's broken.
guilty culprit.
It's broken, Ed.
Unbelievable.
This
is so-
There's agility content coming with Fossil Island.
Literally sat here saying nothing. I don't do anything.
It's causing issues. Just sat
That's right.
still now.
Just
Sorry,
yell.
sorry guys, I'll go.
Is it fixed? All right, they're saying fixed.
Okay.
So yeah, as Karen was saying, there is some agility content coming with Fossil Island.
Yeah.
Does anyone know more than Fossil Island than I do?
We've discussed a few times about the agility courses and making them relevant. Again, it's just a matter of when we get round to it with the other things, but I think everyone in the team is in agreement that they need looking at.
Yeah, I mean, the request I get most is about adjusting the teleport on the Fremnik boots. So it's like what Sears did, what the diaries did with Sears, but which means basically people will go to that course instead of just camping at Sears where they'll get less marks over time.
Oh, the chat's extra edgy today. I can't tell if they're trolling or not.
I think it's actually fixed.
They were doing some hardcore trolling earlier.
Yeah, we just can't trust them anymore.
Top form, and using the 2018 war base earlier.
Original. Moving on.
I can't tell. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll leave it to them. Moving on. Savage says, instead of forcing more PVM/skilling content into the wilderness, can you add some actual quality of life changes for PKers? So he has a few suggestions, and we have a few, I guess, responses. Fixes to Bounty Hunter regarding unsculling or deep wilderness targets. This is something that we'd like to do, I think. Kieran, we had a conversation about this a couple weeks back.
Like to have a look at these things. There's so many. I mean, as I mentioned a few weeks ago in the Q&A as well, there's so many quality of life features that are solely for PvPers and wouldn't affect anyone else that have failed polls due to other players voting them down.
Provided they don't take a ridiculous amount of a dev's time, I think they're worthwhile doing.
Exactly. And I think there's a lot of things worth addressing, especially the skipping deep wilderness targets thing. Either not getting deep wilderness targets or being able to skip them with no penalty.
Yeah, definitely.
Something along those lines, I think, is arguably one of the biggest.
What do you class as deep wilderness?
30 plus, 20 plus, sure.
Fair.
There were a couple other things. There was the banner in PvP worlds. The banner has no place in PvP worlds or the wilderness, really. It's just massive, and if it's in the way of your fight, it's so annoying. There's teleporting. So Varrock is a popular teleport spot where you can hit somebody and then teleport. And after you teleport, you'll receive no damage because you don't take any damage when you teleport. So you're basically invincible. We'll fix that as well.
Didn't we already do that?
Yeah.
Did we already get that out?
I think that fix went out.
Oh,
Yeah, I
there
think
you
that-
go.
Doing it.
Got him.
Yeah.
When you mentioned it to me, I'm pretty sure it was tested and devved immediately.
Yeah, I think it went
Fantastic.
out.
Last week?
Like, no, before that even, I think, because I was here when it went out and I wasn't here last week.
Okay, and then yeah.
It was about 2 weeks ago I brought it up. We're muted. That's good. Frank or Z. New type of coin similar to platinum tokens that can, I know, that can be traded but not dropped or inboxed, so people can't scam and risk fights. I don't know about that. And XP locks, so people don't accidentally ruin their account simply because they misclick once. No.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah. It's the risk involved.
Okay. Derek says, are there any big changes planned for the next season of Deadman mode? There are. We actually sat through a very productive meeting today talking about Deadman, and I plan to bring through some of the most influential Deadman players into a call, hopefully before the end of the week, and I'd like to hear their feedback on a few things, then we'll get some ideas back over to you guys, probably for the next Q&A. That'll probably be about 10-15 minutes at the end of the next Q&A, so 6 p.m. BST. We'll aim to relay that stuff back to you guys. I forget if I asked this question last week. Maybe somebody can remind me. Can we see data on how many hardcore Ironmen the Giant Mole has claimed?
We definitely can.
All of them. No, I don't.
This was my personal question.
I don't
was greedy.
know.
Did we record?
I don't think we have a way to actually record what kills the people. So unfortunately,
We record
we-
where they die, don't we? Because Mod Lottie's done heat maps.
we could, yes. So we would be able to potentially presume that a death in the mole cave is due to the mole. We
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to attribute it necessarily to the mole, but there's not else on there that's going to kill you unless you forget your light source.
Poisoned when you run in.
Yeah, so maybe we'll be able to do something, but it depends on what time Mod Lotties has available.
Okay. Clipper says, can it be made possible to get multiple royal seed pods after Monkey Madness 2?
We got placeholders. Why?
think it's
Why do they need to?
if you die with it, does it disappear or not?
I imagine we should keep it. But, I mean, there's no harm in letting you have to.
It's a very popular teleport, actually.
Mod Ed has decided to
Yeah,
vacate.
he's had enough.
Yeah.
He's out of
I
it.
don't like you guys.
He was so vocal.
Totally muted me.
Something that does disappear.
Okay. Yeah, I think this would
Maybe
be a
we
nice
could
one.
change it not to disappear. But,
Sure.
yeah, there's no harm in having to.
Yeah.
Zemek says, in resizable, can we have the ability to hide the minimap? So as you can hide your inventory in the chat box, can you hide the minimap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Don't see why not.
Okay.
Where would you want the toggle button to be?
Yeah, that's the main problem we have with toggles.
I think if you
Could you not
can you
right-click
can you
the-
Right click
orb.
on the orb, yeah.
can you double click the border of the minimap, or just right click and then get the
I'd
close
say,
option?
Obviously, we've got that orb to open up the world map itself. I'd think about having a
Okay.
right click on there to put hide minimap, and then it just keeps the orb in the top corner or something.
What
Yeah.
if you hide the minimap? I presume all the orbs next to it would go with it. So you'd lose your little HP orbs and things like that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'd
That
like
would
that.
be understandable, I think, if you're hiding it. I mean, would you want to have a feature where you could keep them orbs? So they'd realign with the top right corner of the screen, sort of thing, and go downwards? Or would you want to get rid of them as well? Or would you want the double toggle? And then it gets messy.
I know. I mean, it's just hiding the whole thing's fairly easy. Realigning everything.
They are
and
separate, they're not
toggling,
actually
yeah.
tied to the minimap, they're just put on top of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to look weird if you just hide the minimap and you've got the little orbs around in a little semicircle just in the middle.
So what we're wanting,
Here we go. Sketch.
Oh, we're going to get
Oh.
a diagram.
what we're wanting, so we're in resizable, so chat box down here, things down here.
Minimap.
And so the mini-map, let's assume we get rid of the mini-map, we'd be left with the orbs here.
Can we get a Kieran
I
cam up?
will go up
I was
to
going
the
to say,
camera.
I might need to.
So, is this what we want then? we need some focus, yeah. Focus going in. So you get the little orbs.
Down a bit. Yeah, yep.
You'd get the
That-
orbs across down the right hand side of the screen where the minimap used to be. And then you would
That's gonna
need
be
an
memes
extra
so
option. You need an option perhaps above that in the corner. That is the button. Like
Action
this.
cam.
That's some great boot holding.
Button with like amazing handwriting.
Closer.
So you have probably a little map symbol in the corner that can open it and shut it. And if it's shut, the orbs would align here instead.
Oh,
I think you just wanted an excuse to cover my face.
yeah, maybe.
Ad hoc interface design session.
I hope you
No,
do realise that Reddit are going to Photoshop the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Don't give them ideas.
BBC
Don't
get
give
the,
ideas.
They were going to do it anyway.
BBC have special little tablets they draw on everything. We don't need that. We're old school through and through. Kieran and his
You
pad.
think they had tablets in 2007? Nah. All notebooks.
Just a trusty notepad.
Just the books.
Next question. Ree says, can we have the ability to equip the bolt pouch in the ammo slot?
There is. When we did the change to the bolt pouch in order to increase its size, I did go through and make a note of a whole bunch of UX changes I would like to make. In terms of making it equipable means we might have to edit some of the pickup code for the bolts because it'll have to
Yeah.
check for the bolt pouch.
We'd also
in the
then
invert
have
slot.
to change all the code for whatever weapon is.
So this is the question. If it's equipable in the bolt pouch, do you want to be able to select the bolt in the pouch that you're currently using?
You'd have to.
You'd have to.
I guess that's what people would want.
Wouldn't that be really overpowered?
So there'd be an additional addition to the UX to be able to select the one you've got active right now.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be able to be switched really quickly or anything. We wouldn't want it
You'd
to
still
be.
have to. You'd have to bring up the interface.
Yeah, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
let it be in like.
You wouldn't be able to do it in
PvP,
combat
yeah.
because we'd stop. With the interface would shut in combat, so you wouldn't be able to use it for quick switching. You'd have to have them in your inventory for that. But for ease of use of being able to carry around multiple in the ammo slot, we could do that.
How would that work if you were like, you had the bolt pouch in your, in your quiver, whatever it is,
Yeah.
in the inventory, in the worn items, and then you had like, say for example, like, rune bolts or whatever in the pouch. You then pressed wield in the inventory. Would it go into the pouch or would it?
No,
No, it would overwrite the pouch.
It would overwrite.
Yeah, so
Okay, fair.
I think the way that they probably want it is when you're on your worn inventory slots, you right click the pouch and it says like option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4,
Yeah.
and then based what you have in each slot, that's what it equips. But
Your budget ice beside it.
Budget. Hey, ice is budget mod stone. Mate,
Yeah,
Beef.
it's
Mate, it's verified on Twitter.
I'll be there soon.
So
it's doable in
It's not nice.
multiple different ways. But yeah, it's
how necessary is it? Like, how often do you want to switch bolts on the middle of a trip that's out of combat?
quite often, if you're switching on bosses, perhaps between diamond and ruby bolts.
Yeah, but you do that mid-kill where you can't do that with this
Yeah.
unless you have the additional options.
could
Yeah,
we straw poll?
I cannot think at this time of why you'd need more than 2 bolts to be able to do that. At which point you just click the one that's in your inventory and it swaps.
You can already
Yeah.
swap it in the bolt pouch anyway.
It doesn't swap it. Actually, in the bolt pouch, it takes the item that you had equipped, puts it in your inventory, and equips the one from the bolt pouch. It's really awkward in terms of UX.
But yeah, so basically, should the bolt pouch be able to be equipped in your quiver slot, but you wouldn't be able to quick switch the bolts within it that you're using. So
Okay. Type that into 6 words or less.
Equip bulge pouch, yes, no.
yeah.
Well, we'll get that straw poll in the chat for you guys momentarily. Let's jump to the next question. It's been a bit. Bio says, high-level lectern that allows you to make all tabs, maybe 90 construction requirement.
That would be nice,
I
but
believe we
that
do have
interface is a
space.
bit-
It's the
Yep.
interface work that will take the longest.
Well,
if they just want a combination of the two, we could add a combination of the two and they have a
Yeah, that's-
option to open either menu. If they want the interface redoing, that's a little bit more work.
They want to make more tablets.
they want be able to make all the tablets from one lectern.
You know, right now you can. There's 2 types of lectern. You can only build one, and
So
they
one
do
thing we
different
could
types.
do, I mean, if we were to now, the current interface is obviously a model. It's a custom interface
Yeah.
that's built from a graphical model, 3D model. So what we could do is replace that with a more bog standard interface. That would be fairly easy to do. So instead, you generate one of the brown interfaces with a steel border, and it brings up a load of buttons like a make X interface for all the different tablets.
So yeah, we'd do that, or like I said, we could have it as one option, and the right-click option is to bring up the other set.
Yeah,
Depends how much time they want us to spend on it.
Well, I know Mod Tom's been done an
doable.
awful lot of interface work recently, so I'm sure he'll love that job.
You've put no as the first option. That's throwing me off.
It's not.
Oh, it rearranges it. Okay, I'm not used to seeing that. You guys actually do not like this question the slightest. 66% say no. That is equip bolt pouch and ammo slot with no quick switch bolts.
Well,
Wow.
Okay.
Makes sense.
that saves time.
As for the lectern that lets you make all tabs, a lot of support in the chat for that one. I think that'd be worth pursuing.
Yeah.
Maybe revolving around some content in specific. Marx says, will pets ever actually engage in combat or have their own stats?
No.
Thank
This
you.
isn't RS3. We don't
They-
have
Yeah, I
summoning.
think this question came up a couple of months ago, and we pretty clearly the whole team was like, no, they're cosmetic things only, and that's how we want them to
Yeah,
stay.
The chat agrees.
I mean, I quite like them to be clickable, as in like you see whose pet it is. That would be a really nice feature for me. I get really like, I'm like trying to click on them, like, why can't I click on this thing?
You say that
that's
until you go to
toggle
click on
option.
something,
Yeah.
but somebody's
Yeah,
got
that'd
their
be
pet in the
annoying.
way.
Then
You
you'd
could-
have to have a toggle.
Maybe it's like right click only or
You
something.
can already turn off the options and turn them on to be able to click other people's pets. It's just,
I think-
or is that your own pets?
Yeah.
That's on your own
Yes,
pet. You can
sorry.
you can move the one on your own
Just-
pet down so you don't click on it all the time.
Yeah, in that case, just check to see who it's following, and you've got it.
The
I
chat
think-
disagrees with me.
Let
anyway,
them
so-
fight,
Yeah.
and the loser's pet is gone. No insurance, it's gone.
Even in the assumption that we were to do a skill called summoning or allow you to have things fight with you, we almost certainly wouldn't let the boss pets be part of that. Given how rare they are, they would
Yeah.
be.
What about
completely
an
separate.
extreme dual mode that you can choose to stake the pet? The loser loses the pet.
I think a new massive slingshot.
What?
Launch the pets as a weapon. Okay.
I think we've seen about 900 moving on.
Even pets in RS3 didn't do anything until we started getting things like legendary pets from the Solomon store. So yeah,
I don't think we
The
want to have the
closest we
Solomon
ever
store.
came, which isn't very close, was allowing the God Wars pets to be representative as a God Wars item. So if you had a Bandos pet, you wouldn't have to wield a Bandos item. But that even still was very far-fetched and unlikely.
Pets were always meant to be cosmetic, and like Kieran said, even if we did do something with followers that are fighting, which let's be honest, we're probably not going to, we would not do it with the pets.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Goku says, can we have an update on the servers? So servers have been getting disrupted, I guess, this past week or so. More so than I guess average. So following up with this, I'm not going to try to remember his title, but somebody important that knows more about this than I do. Yep. And he was asking me if we have specific worlds and times. So when this happens again, I'm going to ask that you guys tweet me, unless anybody else wants to volunteer to sacrifice their Twitter account.
Nope.
Tweet me time and world and location if you want to as well, and we'll see if that can help us, I don't know, differentiate this stuff. Or distinguish when it's happening, rather. All right, moving on. Coffee says, curved and long bones going to receive the XP buff promised a year ago? Question mark.
This comes up quite often. We probably should poll it.
Did we promise it, or was it
Apparently
just
we
something we
promised it.
said? Hey, that
I know
sounds good,
it's
gives
come
them
up on a
bit.
Q&A a couple of times recently. We said we'd like to do something with it, we just haven't got around to adding it to a poll yet. As it keeps coming up, it's probably worth looking at it.
They're what, 1 in 1 and 1 in 5k respectively, something
Yeah, I
silly
think
like
something
that.
like that. Last
yeah.
time I was looking at
You know the best way to get something in the game is by saying, you promised you would do this 3 years ago, and then we won't remember. So we're like, oh, well, we said so. And that's exactly what's happened in this next question, which is diary rewards such as the RD Cape going to receive the teleport quantity buffs as promised on the 15th of April 2015.
I thought we already made them all infinite.
We made a load of all the teleports.
Are there any remaining, or is it all of them?
If there is, I believe you'd probably want to put in a bug report so we investigate it, but
Okay.
I don't
That's a
think
fair answer.
there's any missing anymore.
Chat will know. They don't know. Mauritania Elite Hard RD cloak. Hard RD cloak. There
I
you
think
go.
is it
The idea is the elites would have
the
it.
elites are the only ones that have infinites. I think what they might be referring to is perhaps having the cloak to go 1, 2, 3, and then infinite.
Right.
In terms of teleports
I
to
think
the
that's what I mean.
patch.
Because like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the elites all have infinite now, but the hards they don't always have the same number. Like some have 3 and some just have
Isn't
1.
One teleport is pretty weak for the RD hard kit.
And it's to a allotment patch as well, which can be used multiple times throughout the day. So
Okay,
We can
let's
look
up
at
it. All right. Just says, can we right-click the occult altar to change spellbooks?
I don't know.
Does it come up? You left click it and you get a
Yeah.
menu right now, do you?
I don't see why not.
What, the same as the what in
We've already
Clan
got
Wars
it in the tournament worlds.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you disable clicks in the inventory when opening a bank and then you need to enter your PIN? So
is that so? Mob Maz
Yeah,
just said no.
if the bank PIN. Okay, the answer is no.
Let's
raids-
make Tom a meme. Yes. Yes, see ya. Saw
You
that in
don't
the
want.
chat.
You don't want to be
I
a
am
meme.
yet to have a meme.
You don't want a meme.
I'm like,
Don't
I've
meme
hit
him.
Do you
my
not-
year
do you not-
anniversary in the team.
Do you not remember
I need
the
a
meme that when you started, or do we not mention?
Let's
that
not
anymore?
mention that one.
Yeah, let's not do that one.
What was the bank pen question?
What was that meme? I missed
you
that.
don't.
Uh,
No, you-
I'll explain afterwards.
Yeah. It wasn't so much a meme, but
It's more of a nickname.
What was
Yeah,
the bank
that's-
pen question?
Can we disable the
When the
clicks in
bank pin
inventory?
interface is open, stop players from accidentally drinking their brews or clicking on items.
Only when it's
Basically.
requesting a pin,
Yeah.
because it treats it like a regular.
Don't think there's anything we can do right now.
The raid's private deposit chest has a withdraw all feature. Can you also make a deposit all feature?
I think this came up recently. Actually, I remember something about this, and yes, it's doable. Because I even looked in to the code, I believe.
I'm just trying to think if there was a specific reason as to why. And I think the only person that may be able to answer that would be Ash.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's doable because I
It's
had a
probably
piece of the
no
code.
option because we didn't really feel there was a need to have one.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to like prepping for Ulm, a lot of people like to deposit everything and then
Yeah.
do all their
Let's-
making their
that's fine,
factions
I
and
just-
stuff.
Let's see. Ash is quite active on Twitter. Let's see if we can get an answer out of him before the end of the Q&A. Somebody tweet at JagXAsh with 99... oh, sorry, it's this one. The raid's private deposit chest has a withdraw all feature. Can you also make a deposit all feature?
He's gonna hate you.
How many of these guys have Twitter? Not
I
many.
don't know how many people are watching, but
All right. I've just told them to tweet me when they DC. With 99 Hunter, you can catch bats in raids barehanded. Can you also make it so that you can catch fish in raids barehanded with 99 fishing, strength, and barbarian training completed?
But what about the snake in the water? He might eat your arm off. Can we then stop you from wielding a weapon
Yeah.
or a shield?
I'd like them to be able to do it, but if they get caught by the snake, they die. 'Cause he just rips them apart.
Brutal.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of lulls for that one. So
Yeah, I don't think it's anything that's...
Fuzi says, any update on the RuneScape Twitch logo?
Yeah, so I've been speaking to the brand and creative team on this one, and because it's like a joint channel, and there are most likely going to be future RuneScape games coming out, it's something that we can't just like make happen like instantly. As much as I'd like to, I'm really passionate about making this like the game logo, really like representative of both games, of all games, and that's something the brand team are working on. So they've been flying around the world, not quite that glitzy, but interviewing players, ex-players. What do they think about RuneScape? What like triggers them about RuneScape? How do they think about it? And from that, we're going to build something in and have like a graphic that represents both games. That's how much we can do. So currently, not going to happen. However, triggered. Maybe not a great use of the word. However, it is being looked at. It's regularly being looked at. So been speaking to Twitch. There are some ways we can get around it.
Yeah.
When that happens, I don't know.
I think just a rune helm with yellow text that says nice, or like Vine GF.
You saw what I did earlier.
Yeah.
So we have been experimenting, like very like amateur in the team. However, this is something that the brand and creative team need to do.
A screenshot of someone saying a QPW in chat.
Well, why not?
Nice.
There you go.
Can we see some changes to Last Man Standing, being a 24-person queue and Lisa's arms, which are still detached from her body?
Why? I swear you fixed it 10
Fixed
times.
it,
What's
and then
wrong
I
with
went and
Lisa's
looked
arms,
at,
man?
like, I don't know, is this on a specific world? Because I see bug reports, and I go in and I look, and her arms are there, attached.
I think what happens is that every time like a slight edit is made to the torso, because she's wearing a torso and Barrow's gloves and stuff, that it just detaches her arms. I mean, in all fairness, she's pretty armless in the first place, but...
That was
Wow.
awful.
Yeah.
Disgust me.
Shall I leave now?
There's a special place in the corner over there for people like you.
Special place in hell.
Yeehaw.
So no promises, but we'll endeavour to find where Lisa's arms have gone.
And I think we did also say about at one point Harvey.
We should move it down to a 24-person queue. The thing is, we didn't want that to avoid teaming, but since we don't currently have the resources to offer the changes needed to revive Last Man Standing, there's no point leaving it at 48. So
Yeah.
to make it a bit more casual, you guys can do what you please with it, really. We'll bring it down to 24.
New quest. What, where you find Lisa's arms?
All right.
We just
Lisa's arms, big adventure.
just move it to mostly armless.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, guys, Modmaz is on the keyboard if you guys want to @RuneScape with any questions. We haven't really gathered any from the chat as of late.
on the keyboard, Chris.
Well, one hand is almost close enough. At RuneScape, if you have any questions, specifically Fossil Island ones would be great. But moving on. Lolo says, can shift clicking with the bank open? Can shift clicking with the bank open? Can it deposit all of the item from your inventory?
Just to bypass right-click, deposit all.
Yeah.
I think the idea when we brought this in was to kind of like not start putting shift clicks everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I personally don't mind. Like, I think realistically, the interaction with the game shouldn't be about navigating menus that are hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Like, I think shift click to deposit all would, I mean, things like that I think are fine, but we can't do it right now.
What about withdraw
Edges of
all?
anyway.
Is that when it gets overpowered?
Is it?
I mean, this is it's just kind of setting up and depositing your character.
Come on,
it's not
is it?
something you use in active gameplay, like particularly quick. I think the issue that we potentially had when we raised it was altering times for some skilling methods, but the time they'd save by doing that is pretty minimal.
It's minimal in the sense of when you do it a couple of times, but when you're doing like crafting battle staves or making potions from 90 to 99, it increases over time. How much? I couldn't tell you the numbers because I don't know them.
This is the question, right? Where's the line between bad UX and easy skip? Right.
I was going to say, is it really bad UX if it's been something that's been in the game for 15 years?
That doesn't change whether it's bad or good UX, though. Just because it's always how it was doesn't mean that was always a good decision to make. Like, obviously it's perfectly reasonable, but it's got to the point where you right-click and withdraw all, more than you withdraw one on certain items, right? And realistically then to withdraw all might be the top option. I think it's a really tricky situation to solve. I mean, ultimately, if people feel the need to, they just use mouse keys to bypass it anyway.
This is a great debate. Now, Mod Rock, what's your rebuttal?
Honestly, I prefer it how it is. I wouldn't put it in, but
That's not a good argument. I'm with Kieran.
But I will go with I'm happy to go with what the
Right,
majority.
there's only one way to solve this. Two of these have to go to the duel arena.
In this case, I'm Floyd Mayweather and he's Mr. McGregor.
Someone's taking it.
But this time it's an MMA fight.
We could always straw poll this one.
What, who would win
yeah.
between them two?
Let's
That's a great straw poll.
Yeah, I actually think so. 2 straw polls, one for who would win, and one for the actual question of shift deposit.
or just,
Whatever the question was.
or just one because we're not going to promote fighting.
Should we have...
Okay,
It's just
so
duel arena fighting.
shift click to deposit all or withdraw all. Yes or no?
Yes, but for the sake of whether we players want it or not.
For the sake of this isn't to do it or not. We're not going to put it in the game based on the response from this. We're just gathering an opinion.
in the bank. Yeah.
Yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no.
The question is, how annoying is it having to right click and then find the deposit all button and then clicking that? It's one extra click and a bit of a scroll down.
I guess if we're thinking like mobile first almost, like it would make sense.
If anyone didn't see, there's a water drop that just came from the ceiling and landed smack bang in the middle of the table.
The table's got a stain on it because of all the drops.
we may be flooded shortly.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about us, guys. It'll be fine.
You didn't hit Mini Maz.
Mini Maz is safe.
Mini Maz is safe. It's just behind Mini Maz.
All right, we're working on getting the results back from that straw poll. Moving on to the next question then. Let's grab some from the chat then. Please put an NPC named Todd outside of the volcanic mining area.
Right. One's especially for Ed.
Every time you guys call anything Todd, a puppy dies.
Oh my god.
Stop. Just stop.
No,
Don't do it.
That's the one time he talks.
That is absurd. That is crossed the line.
The answer's no, by the way.
The straw poll.
The guy
Shift-
outside the mine, I'll reveal now, is called Pete.
Shift click
no.
to deposit all or withdraw all is sitting at 68% yes. That's rather interesting. Nearly 1,800 votes. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Nice.
Fascinating. Next question then. Inferno says, will Tournament Worlds be removed this week and when will we see them back?
Yeah, they're being removed tomorrow because they were really left up for practicing for Worldy Wars.
Yeah. PvP Championship and Worldy Wars.
I don't know if there's any plans currently to bring them back. We'll probably bring them back up if we do future tournaments and Worldy Wars and the like.
We like to do it every now and then, but even right now, the number of people using them have died off. It's just a little exciting thing for people to try out when it's...
We'll bring them back
fun.
when players are really like, I don't know, begging for them. Because right now they've got minimal players playing on them and there's not much relevant stuff going on in terms of events, and we probably won't for some time.
That sounds really pessimistic. Not yet.
Well, no, I have, okay, so we have Deadman, which is September, late September, and then I would like to, without promising anything, like to do the PvP Championship All-Star Edition early December or late November, depending on resources. That is going to be, unlike the last one where we invited all the best PvPers in the world to compete, we're going with strictly our biggest content creators. Anybody who's up for it. I spoke to Sick Nerd and Torvesta on the weekend. I believe they both said they were up for it, so
nice.
That's a good starting point.
Wow.
And then, yeah, from there we'll find 14 others.
That's great.
Cool. Just a bit more fun, less competitive. Moving on.
I don't know about those guys.
Okay, maybe more competitive. Ezio says, can you pull the option to mount a Xerix talisman and/or a burning amulet?
Oh, so they basically want it to be able to mount on the wall to have infinite charges. The burning amulet's the wilderness one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I'd be less inclined to have lots of easy teleports in your house other than, I think it's just Anakal at the moment.
Is that for just people getting getting the...
to return easy, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
lots of no's in the chat anyway.
That's a bit OP.
Okay. Iron Club says, I think it's supposed to be Cub. Could you make it so ingredients can be added with left click to the altar at creature creation rather than using them separately on it, please?
Who even
Quality
uses
of life
that
for the
content?
Tower of Life.
I didn't even know.
Is this your suggestion?
I didn't know anyone still used that.
So there's
this is
two
your
people that
account,
use
Maz,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that no one does use it, apart from Maz, means that we probably should have a look and try and make it a
This
better
was,
experience and more useful.
Necromancy before necromancy. I think there is a ton of quality of life that can be done there.
Iron Men use it? Okay.
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 That's probably why it was an Iron Club
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Questions from the chat then, because we're running low on the ones on the notepad. Black Shadow says, will the new Visage Shield be able to have immunity to barrage also, or just the Visage Freeze? Modmaz says, it shares the same cooldown timer.
So when they say immunity, what do they mean?
So can it stop somebody from freezing you, is what I would gather.
So it's only a P.
Only if they're freezing you with the new shield.
Okay.
So you're immune to being if you have the shield and they have the shield, you can't be you can't freeze each other.
With that shield.
With that shield only, yeah.
Yeah, with ice barrages, it still works.
Hold on.
Share the same cooldown as well.
Okay.
Wait, did you actually just say barrage correctly?
Well, I corrected myself because I knew I'd probably get called out for
Hang on, what did you say?
barrage.
Oh, okay. It's not that bad. Wow. How are you going to roast him for that?
It does say Goothans though, so.
Yeah, it does. Hang on, is it visage or visage?
It's visage, according to the video that we made.
Okay.
Envisage. Or like Elysian.
Elijah.
Elysian. Elysian.
Kawambao.
Okay, next question.
Moving on.
Mr. Vepar says, will Fossil Island wyverns also drop draconic visages? No, I'm confused. Or just wyvern visages? Maz says, just wyvern. Usman says, with new Fossil Island, do you plan on adding new gear? Maz says, we'll have the wyvern shield and granite boots and the granite sword.
Yeah, it's have a look on the dev blog. It's I'm pretty sure all of the new stuff coming from it is on there.
That sounds about right from what the shield, the boots, and the sword.
Okay. Gatto says, possibility for a throwable hammer to kill gargoyles from a distance.
It's Modroc's moment.
I know. I've seen his little model for this.
So,
We're not doing it.
do you want to just move on out the stream?
No.
Oh, back to a Julian again, round
There
two.
is
So, in my tap time last week, I have designed a base model for the rock throne hammer, is what I've called it so far.
Wait, what? The rock?
The rock throne hammer.
Have you spelled it with a Q?
No,
Or
I haven't.
No.
I've resisted.
You knew how to spell it this time. Unlike the chick on it.
Because Kieran is spelled right, is it?
It is. It's my name.
Yeah, so when it comes to the gargoyle boss, I am going to try and put that forward and do it in my time so we can add it in based on Mod Ghost, who's there's the main artist for the
designer,
and designer. So I'm going to put it past him and have him look over it and adjust it because I'm just learning the art tools as something to do in some of my free time. So it'll be great for me to have an actual artist look over and tweak it.
You're going to try and dev it as well.
No.
God, no.
You're doing the art, come on.
I don't think I'll be allowed to dev it because it wouldn't
Why
work.
not? Try it.
But yeah, basically at the moment I've taken the handle of a dragon throwing axe, modified it slightly, and added a rock on the end of it.
A big
just
grey
your
blob
face.
on the end of it.
It's not just a blob. It's got some definition and is blunt in the It's not literally just a rock on a stick.
Kieran lost
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Where's the stick?
Okay. Ogakin, can you make one more farming patch in Fossil Island? Modmaz says, there's already 4. That is 3 hardwood and 1 seaweed.
That's plenty.
That's
Stop
plenty.
being greedy.
We did think about a mushroom patch, but we didn't get time.
Okay. Gino says, will there be a new visage? Will the new visage be attached to the malediction ward? The answer is no.
What made them ask that?
Yeah. It's,
I guess they look a little similar. Big truck in raids. Buchu's and Gulpar colors are hard to differentiate. Could the graphics be altered?
we've done it once before, actually, I think, and obviously it's not different enough.
Just make one of them pink. Get it over with.
I think one's purple, one's like teal, and the other's green.
Yeah.
So they're very close.
They can be changed.
Okay. Let's grab a few more from here then. Steven says, hardwood trees for play around house, please.
What was that?
Hardwood trees for play around house, please.
So you get a few new varieties to put in your garden. Don't see why not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've obviously Ash's edits last year to the construction.
We'll
housing
should have
building,
the space
we
to
should
put
have
them
the
on,
space
yeah.
for it. I think we can go up to, is it 31 per slot and 8 slots per room?
Something along those lines. It's a lot more than
Yeah.
there used to be.
So
We've got room to maneuver with it now.
Iron Man says, instead of giving content creators an extra $10,000, can it be donated to the charity of their choice? This was already the idea, literally. Now it looks like I took his idea. Anyways, actually, curious to hear the community's thoughts on this. When we do the All-Star PvP Championship, so essentially we're going to have 16 of our biggest content creators going at it for a prize. We could either offer
Stop laughing, Kieran.
real-life money to charity, or one thing we've never experimented with, and I hesitate to even say this is a possibility, real-life money, or sorry, in-game money. So speaking to Mod Weth, we could say, well, he bans however many billions and trillions and all that. We could say, take a chunk of money and offer it to a winner of a tournament. Not necessarily this tournament, because I think all of them are still rich as heck in game. But for a future tournament, if we wanted to do a smaller scale thing, we could offer a bill as a cash prize.
The chat hate
Or-
you.
Yeah,
An
pretty much.
in-game prize.
If people
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just wanted to gather their opinion.
If you have to do a buy-in, then obviously you can justify it. But
Yeah. Probably don't walk home alone tonight or you might get stabbed.
the thing is,
The chat is really hating you for that suggestion.
I think you hate me a bit more than they do.
I mean,
I thought there was
see-
beef between me and Kieran.
There's
but
so
apparently not.
much hate and anger on the Q&A
See,
today.
like, obviously, what Chris is saying is that like a build really is nothing in the grand scheme of things, and especially as a one-off.
Yeah.
Very occasionally.
I'd like to do it
But
if there
people
was
are
a buy-in.
People are always worried about affecting the economy badly.
That's fine.
And
I think if there was a buy-in and there was still a gold sink, we could potentially consider something like that. However, judging from the chat's extremely negative reaction, I'm happy to say never mind.
use the profits
Pretty
from the
fine.
lotto.
What?
Use the profits from the lotto.
That's not
Also, somebody said instead use the 10k to fix the leaky roof.
Yeah. I think it's the aircon. Let's be
We
honest.
used the 10k to put the old school team on a bigger jolly.
Content.
Okay.
Now what you've done.
Where have we gone to? Michael says, can you change the order of use to fire, patch, or furnace rather than players standing near you so you don't have to right-click all the time? What?
So basically the problem is when you've got lots of players around the furnace, if you, like, when you click on the ore you wish to put in or the bar, more often than not, I think some players end up actually clicking the player. So it would be a case of literally just rotate your camera.
Oh, that's
But
going to be engine side.
It would be a
isn't it?
case of making the ops of the location appear over the player as
We have
opposed
no
to...
way to actually like prioritize which ops would get shown over others without engine work.
Yeah.
So instead, just move your camera and click better.
Get good.
Okay, good.
Okay. Where have we gone to? Scott says, can using burnt food on a pestle and mortar give ashes?
Why?
Oh, hang on, I sense another debate.
I mean,
There's no debate here. It's just why.
why not? It makes sense.
I know it makes physical sense, but why?
Why don't you just burn
Why
off-
would someone get a burnt fish and crush it in their pestle and mortar? Please, what uses
Right,
it
so
got?
chat. Give Kieran uses. Why would you want to generate
Maybe
ads?
you then
Seven,
see,
For herb lore?
Right.
maybe you then season something with it, like you season.
Well, hang
food
on.
with-
Does it not
Zero.
give
Burnt food.
experience?
Yeah, why not?
Would this not give it any experience at all?
Well,
No, not
Why
when
the
you
hell
crush
would it?
something you don't.
Serum.
Okay.
They want,
Seven.
they want the ashes for serums.
Yeah.
Is this gonna?
I mean, you're right. Ashes are hard to actually obtain.
Oh, we're bringing him
in
over.
big quantities.
Yeah, here we go.
is this like panic?
I-
buying?
I-
Giving in.
This is the turning tipping point. This is the turning
I'd be
point.
quite
This is
happy
the flip-flop.
to implement that.
It's an Iron Man feature though, so. But yeah, whatever.
He's
He
defeated.
caves.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Kill count 1.
All right. Where have we gone to? Merrick says, can you make the regular client able to zoom out even more?
I don't know.
The reason we stopped where it was is because things start to go graphically funny.
Funny as in bad, or they can see the edges.
They can see the edge.
Yeah, so not long ago, it was in the last couple of months, I think, Mod Atlas. I can't remember what mod. I don't know what he's got. Like
He is
so many
Atlas.
different names now. I don't remember.
It's Mod Atlas, yeah.
Did make a change where the outside tiles of the standard client fixed mode are now render better to avoid that issue of things disappearing. But obviously, if we zoom out, it's just going to reintroduce the issue again.
With mobile though, there'll be a number of different, like, I don't want to say graphical changes, but the way that the the way that the game is actually rendered, etc., which might allow for this.
With the rasterizer that's being looked at, perhaps.
Yeah, so
improve
those
this.
features will, they should we'll be allowed to do this.
I think that'd be
Don't
one.
want to explain it too much, so I don't
That'd
know
be
the true
one.
answer.
It depending on what the features allow us, maybe, but if not, it's probably quite a lot of work.
Still, in my eyes, like, it's up to the player. Like, if they zoom out far enough that they can see the edge of the world, I don't have an issue with that. It's up to them. They can set the zoom level where they want. It's
When it's
admittedly,
allowing them
obviously, it's
to.
not great that they can see the edge of the world, but most players won't play that far zoomed out.
Is there a
Scouting.
benefit to that far zoomed out?
Scouting. Yeah, it's an interesting topic, perhaps a bit more for just this Q&A rather. Can we get the images on the screen? We have a few suggestions for this stream I'm keen to get through here. So the first one is Anguish Ornament Kit, I believe. There we are. So it's hard to see, but there's a guy at the bottom right. He's wearing like spined or something, and it looks pretty cool. His argument is Torture and Occult have one, so why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
I like
All right, I think I sold that well. Nice.
The image.
it. Just
Got
take the
yellow
credit.
It's my image.
Yeah, that's it. The yellow text. That's what you need.
All right. The next image is show stats of items when you try to buy item at GE. This was obviously something
I
done
think
ages
we've
ago.
already all said that we'd like this. It's just not a quick job.
Oh, yeah, that is. Oh.
It's a bit of a heavy work. It's just something we've not really had
Yeah.
time to jump in and do and be able to prioritise it over everything else that everyone wants. But yeah, I think it's important, especially when for old school. You got to think a lot of players that are coming back into old school are people who played RuneScape back 2007, 2008 itself, and now they come back and say, "Oh, the RuneScape that I used to play when I was a kid is still here. I can play it again." But there's so many more items we've added since, especially to the best in slot items, and they don't really know what they do. They don't know all the different comparisons, what a trident is, or what a trident of the swamp, the toxic trident is. What's the difference? And some of this would really help. I think differentiate some of those items.
I mean, there's loads of players saying use the wiki, but it's not ideal when you have to point players out of the game to get the info that ideally they should just be able to find anyway.
Wait, Rune isn't the best anymore. But this is it, right? There's no way in game to actually look at what stats an item has without physically obtaining it. So yeah, it's good to be able to know what you're buying.
Yeah.
Okay. And our last suggestion this week. So this is in part of a new segment we'll be running on the Q&As. I don't want to say dumb suggestions.
Oh man, I haven't seen that. That's so cool.
How?
Sorry.
Get it out.
Yeah, I'm off.
So they want a version of the monkey wearing every single possible cape item in the game, and we end up basically with all the number of cape items in the game, all combined for the monkey, just so that you can have the monkey in your back at all times, as well as the cape.
Can you
This is
imagine the amount of
absurd.
max capes with monkey?
Well, at the moment he's only asking for the accumulator, but we can expect it would go
It's soon
farther.
expanded.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense for it just to be
And
an
then it'll be,
accumulator.
oh, let us have a parrot that saves us
It's
runes.
slippery
And
slow.
But
thing
apparently
is,
it'll also
though-
be good.
Thing is, that was yellow text on a black background, so I don't think we can say no to that.
if the community wants it. I would like to do a recurring segment on these streams, which is, I'm going to say silly, not
Useless
dumb.
question of the
silly
week.
suggestion. We're going to do a weekly silly suggestion, so hopefully somebody will make a suggestion on Reddit, which will get some support.
The sad thing
And,
is, I like it. It's just
no.
I know we can't
No.
do it.
Yeah, because
Right.
as soon as we start,
we
it's just
can't
gonna...
do that. It's a bad thing to do. It's a precedent.
Can
Yeah,
the
but what about
monkey
if-
wear a monkey?
Exactly.
And then can that monkey wear a monkey? Where does it
Monkey
end?
Inception.
Well, no, the monkey has the parrot, and the parrot's got a spider,
And then a
the
smaller
spider's
monkey.
got a fly, and then a fly has a flea.
And then I see her moving on in the chat.
Oh,
Not quite.
beaut.
Well, they're a bit slow today. All right, next question. Cowie says, can you add a timer or notification so I know when the 6-hour log is?
Engine.
Or it's 6 hours when you after you logged in.
Yeah. Set timer. Done.
Yeah.
That would be nice, though. Just saying, like, you have a minute till you're going to be kicked out.
But it does have a notification saying you're going to be kicked out. Like, is it a few minutes beforehand?
Do we?
Or am I imagining
I
things?
think you're imagining
I think
things.
you've played for too long.
Maybe I just need to
It's a
stop for a
nightmare.
while.
It's a nightmare of mod packs. Like, no, don't kick me out.
Yeah.
You've been off playing RS3 and getting confused.
I definitely have not. Too many 6-hour logs.
Krish says, can you make spices tradable from Evil Dave's house, or can Dave sell them?
No, get good.
We put the
No, we made giant fat behemoths. Just
Yeah,
get
you
your
can-
wily cat and fight them.
Yeah.
they're really easy to collect once you've got a wily cat. So
Well, a lot of no's. This is just people who have spent way too much time down there.
But I mean, I'm against this change. But I mean, I got my +5 construction boost on the first go. So
This
Yeah,
guy.
I hate
JMod
this.
hacks.
All right. Bulb says, how many access points will Fossil Island have? Teleports, fairy rings, etc.
2.
Just 2.
Boat in the teleport.
A boat and a teleport. Okay. Fair. No jewelry, or is that a spell? The teleport.
The jewelry is a teleport.
Oh, okay. Cool. And I think this is my last question. Oh no, we've got 2 more. Marquis says, does the new Gargoyle boss come out tomorrow?
No.
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 Okay.
we should update them on the Gargoyle boss because in the first dev blog for the Gargoyle boss, we initially estimated that we'd be able to get it done for the end of August.
Yeah.
And
It's
we're not there yet. And I've just finished work on my segment of Fossil Island, the volcanic mine. I'm going to be the dev on the Gargoyle boss, which Mod Ghost has started graphics on. He's midway through it. We've essentially got a white boxing stage, so we have the rough silhouette of the layout of how it's going to all look, so I can start development on it. But it's unlikely to be ready until realistically mid-September, late September,
I
the
believe
earliest.
we're aiming currently for towards the end of September. So that would be the earliest it would be seen, but it may go back into October depending on how things go. And obviously got a lot of other stuff happening as well with Roomfest and
Yeah, we've
things
got a
like
damn
that.
busy time. Like Fossil Island comes out next week, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much mid-September already. After that, we're likely to have a week where we make a load of changes, fixes based on your feedback on Fossil Island. We like to keep the week or 2 after a big release free for that sort of thing. That'll be mixed in with some of the stuff from the latest quality of life balls, I'm sure. And then after that, we'll be looking to get Gargoyle Boss out basically as soon as it's ready. But it's just a matter of when we want to be open with you guys and tell you where it's at.
Okay. I lied. I have 2 more questions now. So Keys says, thoughts on a new rejuvenation pool that boosts stats. Now we can imagine what he means, or she. I was
What
thinking
stats?
like,
Combat.
yeah,
as in adding combat potions to it.
if you were to add in potions, or it was
I don't know exactly what, but I can see issues coming from doing that. And
I'm imagining you go to your house, you drink this thing, you're brewed, super restored, super combated, range potted, like.
That's just not going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
Is that going to drink it and
it's
have
like
an
what,
overload?
it boosts like a super attack potion. You teleport to your boss kill, you kill it, you teleport to your house, you get it, then you teleport back again.
And it heals your health and your stamina
Yeah,
and your
I mean,
special attack.
It's enough as it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do it, but the requirement is 1 million of each potion. Left is deposit. So it's just like, well, there you
How
go.
many potions do
Gold
you
sink.
own?
No, not
Alright.
that many. I wish.
I mean, teleporting to house already is meta for some bosses, but that just takes it to another level.
Yeah.
Spamming DC in the chat does nothing. None of us work on the server, so there you go.
Or
Everybody
maybe they're just massive Batman fans.
tweet at Jagex Archie.
Yeah, grab your screwdriver. Let's get to work. Zuby says Mod Woof replacement. So Mod Woof was the dog of a coworker's.
Yes.
Who we were very fortunate to be able to borrow for 5 minutes of a Q&A stream. The stream fell in love with the dog. Unfortunately, dog is not here anymore. But I will bring in my dog
I'll
the
bring in
next
my dog
Q&A.
as
Your
well.
dog.
Yeah, I will.
Wolf 2, fine. Oh.
I will.
Well,
she's
I think we've got, like, 3
hypoallergenic,
dogs, haven't
so it doesn't
got
matter if anyone has
Mod
allergies.
Wolf, your dog, my dog. That's at least 3 dogs. Maybe
We
another
need.
wolf.
Yeah.
We still also we need a mod meow then.
Shall I bring my 2 cats
No, we do
in?
not. That would be
Yeah.
chaos.
But
No,
that-
hang
that'd be
on. My
brilliant.
dog is quite good on her own, but if you bring in other dogs, she's going to be a little bit like, ooh.
and it's hypoallergenic.
Your dog's jealous of the attention, basically.
Yes, and she's also scared of other dogs.
Oh, fair.
Let's just bring yours in.
Okay. My dog wins. We'll do your dog next
Yeah,
week.
the
Okay.
J-Mod whose dog was that has left the company since, so
It's a shame.
it's a shame.
It's an adorable dog. All right, let's get through a couple more questions before we end the stream then. Floppy says, will there be much point using the arcane once the new shield comes out? So I couldn't help but notice that the new shield has an incredibly negative range defense bonus. The arcane does not have such a negative range defense bonus, to the best of my knowledge.
What other mage deck bonus the new shield?
Is it 15?
Is it as high as Arcane?
I'm not sure.
I don't, know
I
the
don't think
stats.
it is. I think when it was announced, it was like 18,
Oh.
and people went
Yeah.
mental because it was quite close to Arcane.
Oh,
Oh, there we are.
Can we zoom?
Can we zoom?
Sorry. That's it.
I don't know if the stream can't see this
So
weekend.
it's got 15 magic.
and minus 10 to all others.
I thought it was negative 50 range. Was I seeing it wrong?
Yeah, I think you might have
Depends
been.
whether it's charged or uncharged, don't forget.
Oh, okay.
So if it's charged, it
Same as
has.
DFS.
That'll do it then.
Cool.
Fair.
Arcane is still best in slot people, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's plus 20.
Plus 20, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That answers the question. Branded says, with the new Fossil Island coming, will there be a new Slayer Master to fight new creatures on this new island? Bonmaz says, nope, they're on the existing ones. Any plans to in the distant future?
Not really. We've got enough Slayer Masters.
Okay. Achievement diaries?
Maybe.
Maybe one day? Okay.
Maybe one day. Not now.
And did I hear you say clue scrolls are also potential for the distant future or near
They-
future?
We are going to try this release, but we can't guarantee it.
Okay, cool. Husky says, Fossil Island mushrooms for play-around house decoration, please.
That would
was
look
quick.
so good.
Yeah, we probably can with time. No reason why.
The
we
one with
can't.
the
That's
one
a
with the
good
skull
name.
on it. That's a really nice.
Yeah.
You didn't read the full name, it was Husky Woof Woof.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's because I have pride. Zach says, add some more uses for redwood logs. They're the highest level wood cutting, but are useless
We've
once cut.
Discussed this so many times. It's just coming up with the right uses.
Yeah, I mean, I think when a lot of people think about this, first thing they think is, oh, we'll put in a redwood short bow and long bow, and then you're already increasing the meta for various things such as PvP and whatnot. For
What I want to
certain
do,
abilities.
what I'd love to do, is a big construction expansion with a new tier of plank. Called the Redwood plank.
Redwood.
We've got a few construction ideas coming, like each Q&A now. I'm sure we could.
And you go over everything, you added like a new type of ladder, a new type of
Yeah,
table, or
maybe all
whatever it
the
is, right?
the new high-end stuff that they keep saying, we just make it all
Yeah.
require redwood.
Made out of circles and tentacles. Krakens, rather.
And Dragonstone.
Guys, I'm not
And
confirming
dragons.
it. Just
Yeah, there we go. That's the other thing as well.
Redwood logs. I'm not confirming anything. I'm just saying
Redwood
that's what
logs,
I'd like to do.
and then above them, sea coal planks. Give that a use.
That's a good one. RuneScape says, favorite content on Fossil Island? I would say the giant wyverns. Ancient wyverns? Big ones.
They're pretty cool.
I'm really looking forward to Mod Kieran's mine, see what he does with that. It's
You're way too confident in me.
I actually, it's
I'm
not
nervous.
technically,
You might not like it.
it's not technically on Fossil Island, but I love all the new stuff that you build in the museum. All the new fossil
Oh, the
displays
museum
and
is
everything.
nice.
There are
I love-
so many awesome things. Like Mod Ghost has done a fantastic job with.
I really enjoy the quest.
Yep, the quest.
And I mean, don't expect an amazing like grandmaster quest. It's a short, basic quest that introduces you to Fossil Island. But I really like it. It feels very, very old school as a.
One guy's like, oh yeah, the guy named Todd.
I really
Well,
like the,
that's Mud Wolf gone.
Ed just killed your dog.
What? My dog's not called Mod Wolf.
No, remember, Ed said that
It's
anytime
not
someone
welcome on the
mentions
next
it,
stream.
a dog dies. So
Please think
I
of the
guess
children.
we're not using your dog. We're going to use my son's dog next time.
We bring his. Mine's not
And-
going anywhere.
Unless someone mentions the Todd again.
Don't say that, they'll do it.
That's.
We've learned some dark facts about Mod Ed now.
Oh, you sat there
Oh,
quietly.
just me. You were the one who was you were stabbing Chris earlier.
Yeah, but I'm not
That's
the one who's
true.
off killing dogs because someone mentions Todd.
I know,
All
so
right,
I'd
we're
be
done
doing it.
with the Q&A.
Don't forget Fossil Island next week.
So you've got
There is a
And-
stream for a couple of hours before next week's stream as well, I believe. Yes,
That's
Chris
correct.
is
No.
nodding.
We'll be revealing Kieran's mine.
Oh.
And we'll also probably have some updates on the upcoming Deadman season and tournament for you next stream as well. And my dog's coming, so don't miss it. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.